Oh, God.
Boogie or Ben Shapiro?
Yeah, well, let's do Boogie. Okay, so here's the reason we're doing the Boogie thing. Are you featured in this video?
I might be. I don't know. I didn't skim through it, but
So,
if he talks about Twitter at all,
Sarah ruined Boogie's life, and so did I, and so did Sean from Sean and Jen. Thank you for following Gold Rose 474. Why is Hattie Waz still the stream boss? We got her down to like 500, and now come on, this is ridiculous. Let me know when you want something quality. Maybe we'll do it at the end of the stream. I don't know. Sarah gave me a lot of videos tonight.
Yeah, I have a lot of garbage.
You love Boogie? Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I think Boogie has redeemable fact. I'm gonna preface this whole thing with I think Boogie is capable of being a genuinely nice person. I don't hate Boogie, but the problem is he uses his abuse as a weapon. He uses it to get away with saying really harmful, factually incorrect things. Yeah. And then he uses it as a crutch to be like, you can't make fun of me. And then he sits by and lets fans do the thing he says he's against and endorses it. And then at the end of that, at the end of all of it, he basically says, oh, everyone who's against me is just virtue signaling. Oh, wait, I have a mental illness. I'm self-harming by saying stupid shit. Really?
A big reward!
Just
it's always... He puts up walls to try to hide behind and make excuses for things.
Albatrotsky with 83 bits and Leslie Clausen with 100. Thank you. Go ahead.
It bothers me because I've been with somebody who did that kind of shit where they do toxic things and then they cry about it to make you feel bad.
It's his form of abuse. I mean, I'm not saying that the abuse he's experienced isn't valid. It is, and it definitely shapes the person you are. But using it in the same way it was used against you doesn't make you good.
Yeah,
it makes you it makes you another piece of shit. And so, yeah, not for it. So I wonder if you're in this. Sean called him a melon. Boogie thought it was a fat joke. Melon means like you silly fuck. Like,
yeah,
you're being a dummy. But it's like not even really harsh. It's kind of like if we called someone a dummy.
Well, what happened was he blocked me a while back because I called him out for the stupid gay.
Well, I'm wondering if he's going to show what he tweeted so we can talk about it.
Yeah, because I tweeted. He had me blocked after I called him out for the gay thing, and I didn't call him names or anything like that. I was just like, dude, don't you understand why this is a bad take? And then after that.
He's quote tweeted.
He blocked me. So, well, no, he blocked me, and so I was like, well, I'm not gonna have a fucking rational discussion with this guy. So what I did was, somebody sent me his hot take on the founding father shit, and I was like, oh god, what a fucking idiot. So I just took screen grabs of it, and I was like, he is the stupidest person on the internet. Yeah. And then he unblocks me and then quote tweeted that. And then all of his followers came over and started attacking me. They called me a cunt and they told me like to kill myself and like all kinds of shit. I got people banned for reporting them after harassing me.
I don't know. It seems pretty double standardy. Yeah. He literally unblocked you just to send fans.
He deleted the tweet because he was like, oh, I guess it was sending too much negativity that way.
Hattie did 1,500 more bits. Keep trying, assholes. I can go all day for Papa Jake. and then Zaphod 1207, we all need to donate 1,000 bits at once.
Yes.
It would take 3 of you.
Do it.
Crazy right. Just FYI, Twitch is saying you're doing charisma saves. Why? But I updated the thing.
I looked at it and it said streaming with Sarah.
Yeah. Let me see over here in dashboard.
It says taking out the trash.
It says it on the front.
Ben Shapiro, the quartering and more, and just chatting.
Am I crazy? No, it says it again.
It shows it for me.
Charisma saves number 9. Here, let's undo it. Let's undo it real quick.
That's weird.
Taking out the trash with Sarah, featuring the quartering and Ben Shapiro. We haven't gotten to the Ben Shapiro yet. And yeah, no, but it has the go live notification. Correct. But it doesn't have any. Okay. I updated it. This will be the second time I updated that. Okay. Anyway. Everyone got to see behind the scenes of a Twitch streamer updating through the dashboard instead of just having it happen on the front page. C-Man937, thank you for following. I appreciate you. Yeah, it should be good. It was good before. I don't know. That's the second time I've updated that. Anyway. So you have some context for the Boogie stuff. Sarah basically ruined his life. It's all over. And so here we go. I would love if this video wasn't trash. Have you watched it yet?
I have not.
Okay, so hopefully we can find some common ground. Boogie rated this stream once. Just throwing that out there. It reverted again? What the fuck? Did it really? Are you lying to me right now? Are you fibbing? Are you fibbing me? Boom. What's going on there? Are we good? Is it doing it again? I am not lying. I like how John took it real seriously. I am not lying.
Now it's good.
I am a veteran. I love you, John. His teeth are grossing me. He does have bad teeth. Not really his problem, his fault, but you know.
I'm not gonna judge his fucking looks.
No, I mean the teeth. I've always thought that Boogie should probably go get the teeth fixed, but he probably has other shit on his mind. So.
I bet he's probably spent money on like. Did he do lap band or whatever?
Yeah, I mean I'm really happy for him as far as the weight loss. It seems to be going well. I think he was it seemed like he was pretty. I don't think he handled the whole divorce thing well.
Yeah.
You know, not necessarily to be expected, but you know, I don't have a lot against Boogie except for. He's just so fucking wrong politically, and then the way he doubles down, it's just really... Anyway.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, Boogie2988 coming at you live as I get through the power of the internet, and this is my rambling series.
This is quiet for me.
In which I just talk about life, the universe, things around us that are particularly interesting to me, things that are personally affecting me that are going on in the world. I'll talk about the YouTube channel. I'll talk about my health, my wealth, my life, my mental health. I'll just talk about whatever. I'll just talk about whatever. I don't really know exactly what all I'm going to cover in this issue, so I'm definitely going to issue. Like it's a comic. Stan Lee is on my mind.
Okay, can I just throw this out there? I've never actually understood his popularity, and that's not to say I don't think he's good at this, because it is a grind, and I understand as a fellow YouTuber who is much less popular than himself. He just, the way he talks doesn't seem to be very engaging to me, and I could be wrong, but I don't know.
He speeds through a lot.
Right, like, I don't know.
Like nervous talking.
He's almost like...
I think
it's because he came around the same time as Phil DeFranco, right?
Kind of. I think the reason why he got so popular was the Francis videos, and then people just stuck around afterwards because they wanted to know more about him personally.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Okay, just moving on. I just wanted to ask the question because I've never really understood why some people are popular. To be fair, I'm not that popular either, so maybe that's why I don't understand.
I'm just going to talk about whatever comes to mind this week. I think I know what I'm going to title this week's episode. I'm going to be like, what is wrong with Boogie? Or what's going on with Boogie? Because I've been hearing that question a lot on social media, your Reddits, your Twitters, your Facebooks, your everywhere else. And then there's a lot of people who have been confused about the type of content that I've been uploading. So I think that's probably the best place to start. So if you did not see it yet, I will link to it here. I might link to it up here as well. Or just check the channel. You'll see I uploaded a gaming podcast, which currently is setting at about 39,000, 40,000 views. Now, I've seen some people say, well, this is a failure of a podcast. You only got 40,000 views. Okay, I'm not trying to be the H3 podcast here. I don't think I'll ever be Joe Rogan. What I want to do is I want to be a job creator. Now, I know that sounds silly, So let me explain to you how I'm getting that.
I was going to say, let's speed past the other stuff.
Helped me limp through my divorce. There are people who helped me just survive the world. I set them down and I'm like, you guys are doing Twitch for a living now, right? Yes. You guys want a little hand? Yes. Let's do a podcast together. We'll do like a weekly guest. We'll talk about
whatever. I mean, I'm happy for him if he thinks
I think that's an okay idea. I don't hate that.
There's sponsors who want
yeah.
what they do.
As long as he doesn't say anything stupid in the podcast.
I still enjoy creating the content. That's also why I'm doing it, because it's fun just
I should be doing homework is now following. Sorry to fuck that up for you.
And talk about YouTube and talk about life and just do that. And I think it's also going to be really a lot of fun to invite some guests and do that kind of thing. But it was an opportunity to help out a couple of friends, and that's my primary motivation. So 40,000 views for a project like that seems very rewarding to me. We still haven't put it on iTunes. We still haven't put it on Spotify. And so the plans of that is, I think the main episode is going to go up here on the channel every time we film it.
I have to skip a little. Yeah.
Every 5 minutes. I'm sorry for that. That was never my intention. I've since removed those ads, and I think if you watch it now, I told it to. I'm willingly, choosingly going into it. If that's upsetting for you, occasionally, I want to interview other YouTubers, and sometimes they on when it comes to technology. If that's what that means, then that's what I mean. The internet is very polarizing, and being somebody who's had vicious rumors and things taken out of context, and then also the stupid things I've actually done getting thrown up in front of people, I can understand how misinformation spreads and how people hear one thing about you, but they never really give you a fair chance and stuff like that.
Okay.
How misinformation spreads?
Can we talk about the fair chance thing? Because he mentioned that a few times during our discussion on Twitter the other day, when basically, he said that the founding fathers were for equality. Wouldn't it be crazy if we all just acted like them instead? And people pointed out that clearly the Constitution was meant for white landowning men. Like,
yeah,
that's who received the... and then someone's like, well, Jefferson wanted, not to have slaves, and then he had slaves himself. Why did he have slaves then? Like, if you feel that strongly about something, you lead by action. You don't like it's. Change. No, he wanted an agrarian society, and slaves are really, really popular in agrarian societies. I mean, I don't know if you guys know a lot about Thomas Jefferson, but he wanted this entire country to just be a bunch of farmers. Low population, a bunch of farmers. And he thought that was the most virtuous way to live in a country like this.
Whenever you say you're like, oh, well, I'm anti-slavery, but I still have slaves. It's kind of like being a slacktivist.
It is, yeah.
In today's society.
Except much, 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 much worse.
Yes, because you actually own human beings.
Yeah, it's bad. So, as far as this misinformation, he also goes out of his way to like self-depreciate or self-deprecate, where he's like, and stupid stuff I say, and it's kind of like he kind of does this like boo-hoo for me thing. That drives me fucking crazy. Like, just own it. Just own it regularly.
Like I said, that's the shit that pisses me off the most because of my past abusive relationship in which I would get gaslit, basically.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like what there's two people recently in my life that have online that are they take care of things the two ways you shouldn't. One is how Greg does it, Armored Skeptic, where just like he's unimpeachable and he just assumes, he tries to put on this air of like I can't be wrongness, and I think he would disagree with that, but he does it. So
he's like, oh, well, I did a self-critique video a year ago where I said 10 times I was wrong.
Anyway, well, if you can't say 1,000 times you were wrong, you're probably worse. Anyway, and then Boogie does the other side of that coin, where he overcompensates, where it's like, I was wrong, but I'm a worthless piece of shit idiot, and I like. Oh, it's not a pity party, dude.
I get it. I was wrong, and the world is hopeless, and nothing matters anymore because this thing that you guys are trying to tell me about that has nuance. There's no nuance. It's either everyone's happy and gets along like a fairy tale land, or everyone hates each other and it's World War III.
And then he has this centrist bullshit thing where, like, the gay rights thing, maybe they should have waited because people got hurt. Maybe you should wait for us 30 years for us to accept your centrist nonsense.
Yeah.
Like,
or like,
let's
give half of the gays rights. Guys.
I don't know. Fuck. There's value in being bipartisan. There is, but not always. Sometimes the other side of the table is just flat wrong. Like with slavery, that was just flat wrong. That wasn't something we should have heard out.
Yeah.
But we did, and we gave half the country below the Mason-Dixon line legal slaves. And
then you know what happened?
A civil war. Right. And I mean, the Constitution directly led to war. Directly. And conflict throughout. Both the territories and states and the Union.
Had they abolished slavery when they wrote the Constitution like they supposedly wanted to do, then it wouldn't have gotten to the point where the Southern economy was based so heavily on slavery that they would refuse to give it up.
By the way, we're still reeling in the southern part of this country because of slavery, because there was never infrastructure there to roll in the sort of industrial. Someone mentioned earlier the industrial republic that like Hamilton and
they lost
Madison
because of their lack of railroad transportation.
Right,
mainly.
exactly.
There's a lot of open farmland without a lot of transportation, and so the North, since they industrialized faster, were able to get places quicker and resupply quicker.
Absolutely, and even beyond that, now you have a bunch of poor people in the South. On top of that, you have poor black people that don't have any rights and won't for a very long time. The Emancipation Proclamation doesn't really take effect until after the Civil Rights Union, really take effect. Because they couldn't even fucking own property or go to the same schools or get fucking married. And there's so much wrong with what Boogie says.
Brooker's also right. We did destroy, well, I don't want to say we because I'm a Southerner, but what little was left was destroyed in the war as well because they burned a lot of things, scorched earth tactics.
People keep wanting me to take out the trash Armored Skeptic. It would have to be his Twitter more than his fucking content. He's
been avoiding.
Right, his content is so fucking milquetoast now, which is fine. I don't want to criticize the thing he wants to create, because if that's what he feels like he wants to do, I don't really care, and I have no umbrage with that. I actually don't. And I mentioned on Twitter, once he got past about 160,000 followers, he didn't really talk to me anymore. And he's not obligated to do so. It's just a bad look, right? And so, he can do whatever he wants, and whatever makes him happy, good for him. It's just he wants people to like him, but he's impossible to like. I don't know. I don't know a lot of people that are like, oh, yeah, I want to go hang out with Greg.
The only thing I think that we could take out is his recap of MythCon and attacking...
I could probably take out the myth... Yeah,
That might be the only recent thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like fighting with Greg, because I don't think he's that problematic as far as, his politics. I just think he's, I
think Greg is gullible.
I think he's lazy.
He's lazy. He doesn't research.
I think
saw that with the C-16 bill.
I could be totally wrong, but I think if Greg is honest with him, and he could be watching right now, one of you probably sent this to him. I don't care. I think if you guys are just sluts for drama. Fuck you. I think if Greg was really honest with himself, I think he feels entitled to a certain amount of views. And he feels entitled to people kind of saying, oh yeah, championing whatever Greg says. And he would disagree with that. But all of his actions sort of lead me to believe that it's bullshit. And he does actually think that deep down.
Yeah.
I don't know that Greg's crazy honest about himself. I don't know. He's I hope him and Shu are very happy together, whatever, and enjoy Canada.
I think it's great that they have, I think it's great they have a relationship, they do things, they have fun together.
Sure, I don't hate Greg. I just think he's kind of dishonest and sort of, he's not.
I think that they're both very gullible people.
I don't know how to articulate it.
They're just, the term that's most, I guess, accurate would be useful idiots, because it's not
they're not idiots. I don't want to drag them that much. I don't think either of them are idiots.
No, I don't think they're idiots. It's the way that useful idiot is usually used means it's it's a person who ends up spreading ideas.
Yeah.
They made this very inclusive bubble for
it is very bubbly. And that's why I like that Hugo and I kind of have a group of people that sometimes I just called out that guy earlier, but he was still watching a while ago. I don't know, having a healthy.
You guys get a lot of people in your chat, in your comment section, that disagree.
And I like that. I want that. I really want people to disagree. I still think you're wrong. and I'll tell you why you're wrong. And I think that's important. Like, Greg got mad at me for basically explaining a question he asked about things, and then he soft blocked me. I just, it's just one of those things, man. It's one of those things. It doesn't come across as very, I don't know, if any of you know me even a little bit, it's like I'm pretty blunt and honest with like everybody, and so it really turns me off if someone isn't like that. But yeah. Anyway,
back to the Boogie.
I wanted Michael to have an opportunity to say whatever it is he wanted to say for you.
Who's Michael?
All I did was prep questions. All I did was asking those questions. I let my friend Jeff edit it.
Oh,
so
he
I
did
wouldn't
some
want
interview
that
recently.
control.
I didn't watch it.
Someone will edit my future interviews, and we did that fairly well. For those of you who are upset about that, for those of you who don't like that direction, or some of you,
okay,
but with some stuff thrown in.
Is she going to avoid the Twitter?
I wonder.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Twitter.
Nope.
Which, if you guys don't know this,
there it is. You can slow it down now.
Twitter.
I would say put it on like.
I'm going to slow it down.
Yeah.
So here's Twitter. Let's see what happens.
I'm not very good at Twitter. I've got a Twitter account with like 700,000 people following me, most of which are dead accounts, just like the YouTube channel. Here's 4.5 million people following me, but only a few 100,000 active users. That said, on Twitter, a good number of people who don't follow me love to check everything I say and find something wrong with
that. Is that? I'm wondering if he's mentioning you, Sean, and I. Although I came in after, so I don't think it's me.
I don't check.
I follow Boogie.
I didn't even follow him. But what happened is I saw a bunch of other people retweeting his hot take, and I joined in on, hey, this is fucking stupid because I'm in the LGBT community, and then I tried to start a conversation with him. Actually, I didn't even call it stupid yet. I was trying to actually have a conversation with the man, and then he blocked me. So after that, one of my followers who saw me have that altercation with him sent me Boogie's hot takes afterwards. I didn't go looking for them.
Yeah, and I think Sean follows Boogie as well. Well, a lot of us creators follow Boogie. I mean, it's just a thing. Yeah. It's kind of, I don't know. He's a person we follow.
Well, and then I follow people that follow him, so of course it makes its way around.
Yeah.
What I have to say. A lot of the times, I am very idealistic. I am very simple. I am very stupid. And something else I think is important to point out, I'm also very old. A lot of things that I was learning in high school, please keep in mind, I learned 50s, it 30 40s. To 35 years ago.
35 years ago in high school. So yeah, 43 roughly. That's my guess. He's graying.
I wanted to say he was mid to late 40s.
I think mid to late 40s as well.
We've changed a lot of things in 30 to 35 years. I think that's a pretty important thing to remember.
But that's the point. See, he's going to defend the fact that he's ignorant of these things without saying it's on me to learn these things. And even if he does say that, he's not going to, or he hasn't.
Somebody also just said, dang, this newfangled history. Don't even, Mari said that in the chat. And it's like, yeah, you may be old, but that history has been the same. It didn't change, Boogie.
Yeah, it didn't. Before he gets into the tour talk, he's already setting up the victim. Yeah. The golly gosh framework, which makes the guy feel bad. Yeah, he's already starting this.
Oh gosh, I'm just so stupid.
He's coming from a place. He tries to stay really low, and I don't mean like morally low. Like he tries to stay lower than the people he's talking about, so that he can get compliments. And I don't know if he knows he does that, but he does it, and it comes across as really manipulative. And that's I just hate it. Rubs me the wrong way.
A lot of the things that I was taught in high school. Christopher Columbus is certainly a perfect example. I was taught Christopher Columbus was some sort of hero. Obviously, in retrospect, he is not. Perfect example. And I will occasionally get in trouble because I'll say something like, hey, you know who's a real hero is that Christopher Columbus guy. And I'll get in a lot of trouble for it. That's recently what has happened here. I will tell you this. Social media is probably the most negative thing in my life.
Then stop using it.
See, I don't think social media is the most negative thing in life if you do it right. Like
I think in his life, maybe. Like I know, he was friends with Total Biscuit, and Total Biscuit had this issue where he obsessed over social media. So what he did was he literally physically blocked himself from using it and had interns check his stuff. and
he was
happier for it.
Yeah, Boogie mentioned that later on in the day.
Yeah, because like that for some people they get way too caught up in it, and it I don't know, it impacts them in this way that hurts their mental health. But if that's the case, then get off of it. You know?
But it's self-harm.
And I understand why people like H3 or PewDiePie or other people choose to never read their verified tab. They choose to never read the responses, and I'm trying to learn to choose to do that. I understand why somebody like Total Biscuit, especially, would hire someone to manage their Twitter for them. Not because John was particularly polarizing. He was sometimes. But mostly because he and I have a very common thing in that we take that criticism very deeply to heart.
Okay, I understand that, and that sucks, but you chose the job, man.
Yeah.
You chose it. No one's making you do anything. And if you're gonna say, you could say anything on the internet with a 700,000 follower count and get negative comments. Anything. You could say I like cheese, and people will be like, it's fucking, the vegans will get mad at you. Or you could be like, almonds are pretty tasty, and you'd be like, nah, fuck you, cashew life. It's just one of those things. Like, you just got to deal with it. It's part of your life. You opted in.
Having a fan base.
And I understand this is your job and you require it, and and you don't. I mean, like, I don't know what Boogie's skills are outside of this, but most of us, like, we need this, right? It's how we make our livings, and so I get that. But like, you gotta understand the criticism comes with it. It's like taking a 12-hour shift job at like a factory, and then like every day saying like, my feet hurt, this is unjust. No, you chose that, and like, I realize
that's part of the job.
You need that job. But it does suck, but that's part of it. You don't get to not have that. You don't get to. Cashews for life.
I love
both for life.
Oh my god.
And point that out to people. I say, you know, the reason the actual monsters out there who don't actually care, the reason people don't attack those people, the people who don't actually care, the people who are actually part of the problem, I mean, that are the major problem. I can be part of the problem, but the people who are the major problem, right? Your political pundits, your politicians,
they get fucking panned
all the time.
Panned constantly. What? I don't. Are you crazy?
Even the most deplorable people like fucking Richard Spencer get constantly shit on and memed on, like, more than anything I've ever seen. If you're a fucking racist, you get dragged through the mud on Twitter.
As you should.
Like, there are horrible people that are memed on every fucking day. Way more than you, Boogie.
The reason, because they don't care. They don't care. They're sociopaths. They're psychopaths. They don't care. People like me, we do care. John cared deeply. Stan Lee cared deeply. These are people who would listen to this feedback and take it to heart. And I think that's one of the reasons. Eventually, my heart bleeds when that blood hits the water. People go in on the offensive.
When I said to him, you have an obligation to your fan base and to people when you say things, if they are incorrect, to openly discuss these things because you're an influencer. I'm an influencer on a much smaller scale. I have like a fifth, not a fifth, 5% of his audience or something on Twitter, maybe less. I don't. This is quick head math, but you can't be like that, man. You have an obligation, and I said, get the fuck out of here with that. And then he made like a Magic the Gathering joke or something at me instead of made a WoW joke at you. Sure, whatever. Instead of being like taking the criticism to heart, he deflected it. He didn't take it to heart. You didn't listen to anybody. If you would listen to anybody, you wouldn't be saying these words right now.
And also, he misrepresents people's fucking criticisms in the first place, even when he pretends to like take them to heart. Because whenever people gave him shit over the Founding Fathers thing, he was like, yeah, I get it. We can't actually believe anything the Founding Fathers set up because they were all racist white men, so everything they created is bad. And it's like, Boogie, no one fucking said that. Literally no one said that. If you look at the replies, it's mostly the fact that they set up the system for white male landowners because that's what they believed in. They didn't believe, and when they say all men were created equal, they didn't fucking put a thing under that says this also includes like it didn't say, oh, sorry for the native genocide.
I know, right?
The fucking nation was built upon the backs of slavery and genocide. Yeah. And then you just go and say all men are created equal, but their actions didn't show that. And that doesn't mean that the whole system gets thrown out. Like, yeah, it was great that they set it up to be changed later, but holy fucking shit, like, put it in context.
Right. Haunted Wood says something great. Stop using Total Biscuit as a shield. He does that. Yeah. And I hate it. Yeah. And I'm not even, like, I wasn't a big Total Biscuit fan. You were more of a Total Biscuit fan.
I was a big TB fan. I followed TB, Jesse, and Dodger. That was a lot of YouTube that I consumed.
Right.
And I think TB was great, but he spoke his mind. And the only time he ever got caught up in comments was usually people who were, like, personally attacking him or his family.
Sure.
He got into a really big altercation on some forums because people went at his personal life and his wife.
3.2% of his Twitter following. 3.2%. Viach! Thank you for following. Useless Legs, if you've chosen to be in a position that puts you in the public eye, no matter how beloved, you're still going to get dunked on from time to time, or a lot. If you don't want to be like that, then change professions. If not, then try to understand there will be times you get legit criticism. That's life. I can't remember many times that Hugo and I have gotten it just plain wrong and been dunked on, like, by people that had the correct perspective. But that's because there's two of us. And we can stop. We can stop each other. I don't know. We said questionable things in character before that we've defended, but they're in character.
I don't have anything necessarily, but I'm very new, and my fan base is very
new. But
I have a very tiny following of people.
That said, I do get criticized daily, like all the time. It's not just sometimes. Every single thing I do. Every single thing I put out here gets criticized.
I'm a moderator on pretty much everything that you do, and I see the comments, because I think I read more of the comments that come into you than you do. I read everything that's on, Discord, I read the YouTube comments, I go through our Patreon messages.
Useless Legs, I know you're not talking about Hugo and I'm just using it as our example. Like, he should expect to get dunked on like this. Especially with a much larger following. It's just... That's just the nature of being public. Like, unless you consider criticism being dunked on, then I get dunked on every day. But I feel like dunked on means like you're just wrong. Kind of like how Logic did to Greg.
On my art because they disliked my political opinions. Yeah. You know, shit happens, and then what you do is you brush that shit off and you don't take it to heart if they're not coming at it from a place of good faith.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think it's pretty obvious that once you get into this job, you're just gonna get shit all the time.
And I find it's easy to pick out who are the people who have legitimate concerns and who are the people who are just being assholes pretty quickly. It's easy to suss out the ones that aren't worth paying any attention to.
Yeah, absolutely. More Boogie.
They said, we made a hole in the armor. We made a crack in the hole. We're ready to go. We're ready to go.
That wasn't
big reward.
Albatroski cheered 3,000 bits. Eat your damn heart out, Hattie. Wow.
Skeptalk Live said, "Hey, I'm new to Jake's streams. Who's Sarah? I'm interested in knowing who's talking. I'm Sarah. I am Jake's girlfriend."
She is a girl.
Why do you always?
Because I think it's funny. My girlfriend who is a girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Albatroski just took over Hattie Waz's
oh shit.
Yeah, in one fell swoop. 3,000 bit Pride donation. Thank you very much. Still number 2 on the bit leaderboard, but right now you're the stream boss. Thank you very much, Albatroski. I appreciate you. Thank you, Sarah. Good to meet you. Yes. Should it say with Sarah, who is my girlfriend? on the title?
Jesus, no. That sounds too nepotism-y.
Well, I know. I'm just Sarah.
People requested me.
My lady girlfriend who is a lady.
Everyone wants me to do this shit by myself, but I find that, like, I get to, like, I want to fucking die.
Yeah.
Having you here helps me process.
Yeah, that's how Hugo feels as well. If I'm not around, it gets a lot.
It gets to be very overwhelming.
One bit. Let the record show that Jake is too afraid to admit he was wrong about Ghana and Swahili. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, I'm down to be on.
I don't know what you're talking
out
about.
The trash. So.
Yeah, I just want more Sarah streams because Sarah is fun. She is fun. It's why I like her. Also, the butt. It came back.
God damn it.
Here's something I truly believe, and I talked to somebody today who believes the same thing, and I think it's interesting. Long time ago, I remember this, don't quote me on it, you can do your own research, please do, but I think I remember a Facebook document that came out that said that people on Facebook spent more money and engaged with advertisers more frequently if they were reading depressing news and angering news.
Okay. Brooker, it's hard out here for a simple bit farmer. Thank you for the 10 bits, Brooker. I want an awkward Hugo and Sarah stream, just one. It'd be hilarious.
Oh,
that would be pretty good.
Okay, no, me and Hugo can actually get talking though.
Well, yeah, I mean Hugo can talk with anybody. It's just that like.
I think if we get him fired up about something.
Well, yeah. Once you turn the camera on, it's very different. But if Hugo's alone and he doesn't have anyone to get energy from, because I am just a fucking, I radiate social.
You're like
nonsense.
A human energy drink.
Big reward.
That's a really good way to put it. I get you going and you get your heart rate up, but I'm real bad for you. Chris, again, that time I corrected you incorrect joke about people from Ghana speaking Swahili. It was during that video with interracial pastoral bromance. Is he from Ghana? Well, it said in the movie that he spoke Swahili, in a clip that we didn't put in the thing. It said he, like,
I think I remember
the movie itself says he's speaking Swahili. I'm not saying people from Ghana speak Swahili. I'm saying the movie said that because it did. And so it's canon in the movie. Maybe he was a transplant. I don't know. Anyway.
Upsetting news, largely. I think that statistic is accurate. I do think that people who are angry, people who are frustrated, people irritated, I think they are more likely to engage with non-angering content or stuff that will make them happy, like stuff that they want to purchase.
6,000 bits! Fuck off, Albatrotsky. Eat my ass. Hattie was the new stream boss again. Holy shit. Oh fuck. Let's go. This is a good fucking battle. This is crazy. Mickey Ficky with 22 bits for saying my name a special way. Here we go. Mickey Ficky.
That sounded like you were climaxing in the.
Maybe I fucking was, okay? I just got 6,022 bits. So, 6,023. I'll count Chris. Swahili is the official language of Kenya. I think in the first movie he was from Kenya. But I don't know why Ghana came up. Was it a joke we made, or I don't know?
I don't know.
Maybe it was in the movie. But in the movie, I'm serious. They say the word Swahili because he says God is good, always God is good. Sure. And he says it in Swahili, and then he talks to his parents at the funeral, and they're like, what's that Swahili for? And he says, what's that in Swahili? Like, I don't know. He said that. Anyway, in Swahili, it means God is good. Anyway. Repost games, please GIF that. Yeah, do it. Leslie Clausen, 100 bits, say my name. Leslie Clausen.
A big reward.
God damn it.
Ain't got no bits. Well, you're giving bits, so you had 7 of them. But Sarah can help Hugo do that Space Jam review that he's been doing for a year. Need more pills, thank you.
I've got enough shit on my plate.
Yeah. Biracial pastoral bromance headcanon. I don't know. I don't know if he was a refugee from Congo. I don't know. I'm just saying the parents were like, it's Swahili for God is good all the time. And all the time God is good. I don't know. They said it. It wasn't me. Anyway, Boogie.
I think that is very, very true.
Oh, I wanted to talk about something, but then bits and shit happened. He said that people are more likely to talk or engage with content that is negative in nature rather than positive in nature. And I'll say that's, as far as engagement, as far as comments, like getting ratioed on Twitter, yes. But I think retweets and stuff, mostly the positive stuff, least in my feed, is what really gets fucking sent to the top. Usually it'll be about 10,000 retweets for something negative.
He said, apparently the study cited that you're more likely to engage and spend money on advertisers, like on advertisements and things advertised to you, if you've
I'm gonna get naked real quick. Hold on.
Why? What's happening?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, did you take your pants off?
Guys.
I forgot you had layers on. You're more likely to buy things, basically, if you've seen a bunch of depressing shit.
Sexy Jake Stream, that's correct. JFK was AFK, gave some bits, and that's the best name.
Did you go just off screen in the very tiny corner of the room to pull off the pants that were on top of your short?
Maybe. So, please move away from the mic. Why would I do such a thing?
True.
We gotta get
I think
real close.
Whether people have willingly or unwillingly embraced that is true. I think Facebook willingly embraced it for a while.
It's an ASMR stream.
I think maybe Twitter
that
willingly
gets me
embraces
going.
it too. I think if you look at the trending stuff on Twitter, for example, or
Breathe real heavy.
Twitter moments, for example. I know a lot of people have Twitter, which is a good decision.
Okay, that's actually too close to me.
Okay, you can't do that while Boogie is talking because the video is too
polarizing.
quiet.
It's always upsetting. It's very rarely good news. It's very rarely exciting stuff. And that could just be the way we users use it.
Does Boogie know that trends are catered to who you are personally on Twitter?
I don't think he does.
Like
I can barely hear Boogie. I can barely hear Boogie. It's his volume
audio.
And stuff. It's not me. This all the way up for on everything I can do.
Even on your volume manager, you're on your taskbar at the bottom.
I mean, I can give you 100.
Reddit is almost entirely free.
Is that any better? That's all I got. That's 100% of what I have.
It's very quiet. I don't know why his volume is so low.
Yeah, his volume was just really low. And the next time I'm gonna have to turn it down before the next one. It's not a me thing. He just uploaded this at a low volume. I don't know. I look good in this shirt, don't I?
Yeah, you do. I picked that out for you too.
Nice. I'm never taking it off again. It's just gonna be rags in a week.
I told you were super cute today.
Thanks.
Form. You can say or do whatever you want to say or do over in Reddit. You choose what's on top. It gets upvoted. Reddit is also a very negative place, so it stands to reason that people are just very.
Is Reddit really negative?
It depends. I mean, you choose.
It depends on the subreddit. It really depends on the subreddit because there are lots of hobbyist subreddits that are positive that share things in the community.
Yeah. Professor Scaramanga with 100 bits. Am I supposed to say something weird when you guys sub or give me donations? Is that what it is? Should I say your names all strange? Because I will. If that's the precedent we want to set. If you give me bits or something, just type "say my name" with it.
Oh my god!
Like you can just use some of the characters.
Say my name.
Please God. If you want me to say your name funny, just type "say my name" or actually SMN and then your message, right? And I'll do it. That's 100% what's going to happen here. 137 viewers right now, though. I feel like the Wednesday videos are a favorite, but Tuesday videos are going to get even better.
137? I think that's like a peak high for your stream.
It might be. I don't know. I feel like I had 300 once, but I could be crazy. Maybe I'm just...
Someone asked if the angry little elf man Ben Shapiro is next.
It says 157 for them. Oh shit! Yeah, that just happened like overnight. Over just 1 second. Professor Scaramanga. I like rolling the R on that. Scaramanga. Dance like
Hugo.
Dance like Hugo.
So just shake your arms violently.
There we go. That's what you get. Thanks, kids. Okay, keep going.
That we were all very negative.
Because Boogie tweeted about it? Are you lying right now? Boogie retweeted a guy talking about this
big
thing?
reward!
We like drama.
Gotcha.
We like being...
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, well, I don't... See, that's the thing. Wait. Anyone coming here thinking that I'm going to be super negative about Boogie right now is probably going to be disappointed.
I think we were very fair. I'm going to be honest.
I don't know. Will you take off your shirt on stream for your favorite donor? Come on. No. Of course not.
Doesn't Boogie follow you on
I'll
here?
give you some deep V, though. I don't know. It's not like we're roasting Boogie right now. So if you came for the roast, you're like if you thought that you were gonna get like a lot of hate fapping because you like Boogie, and like I don't think you're gonna get that. I think there's valid criticism here, and frankly, at the beginning of this, if you're just showing up, I think we gave Boogie pretty fair treatment.
We were happy for him starting
Absolutely.
the thing that he wanted to do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't have a problem with his content. I don't really get the following, but I mean, if you like Boogie, I don't care.
Yeah.
Someone said you're trashing Boogie. I'm not. Not doing it.
It said Matt Mayhem. Actual Jake is making a show out of bashing you right now on Twitch.
Oh.
Guy is taking what you say way out of proportions with some girl named Sarah. Then Boogie said, that's okay, let him have his fun. He's entitled to his opinions the same way I am. And of course a bunch of people are saying, like, in the responses, like, stay positive, Boogie, people are gonna bash you.
That's fine. I actually hope Boogie watches this, because I think we would come to an agreement. I think he'd be fine. Do you see what I'm talking about, though, man? I don't know. It's oh god, don't type. No. I don't want to hear you fucking type during this.
I'm not.
Well, you're not. Yeah, you are. Come on. Criticism is bashing. This is why it's toxic. You should have an intro for Shapiro with TJ raging at him. Shapiro's coming up. I didn't put Boogie in the title of this because it's not the focus. It's just that Sarah was kind of involved.
Yeah. Because the thing is, well, I grabbed it just in case because a bunch of people were asking me to talk about.
I'll give Hattie some chest hair.
I was doing.
You guys like that? You guys like that shit? Right there.
I was doing a stream. An art stream, and people were asking me about the Boogie altercation, and so I was trying to talk about what was going on.
Sure.
And I was like, it's just that his behavior kind of rubs me the wrong way. It's not that I think he's a bad person. I think he just, like we covered earlier, he says something stupid and then hides behind mental illness or abuse or whatever to cover for it. And then He's even said, "Oh, I'm not making excuses."
Oh,
but
Ben Shapiro is greater than my ugly ass. Oh,
wait, did somebody actually say that?
I guess
unironically.
You're telling. Hold on, you're telling someone they're using their abuse history to be abusive. It's kind of trashing. Thank you for the sub, Ice Lord 1823. I love you. What is the point of the stream? To make you very angry. Oh,
everyone's angry.
Oh, I don't care.
In the comments now.
No, I don't really give a shit. So, wait, hold on. No. I was saying something.
God damn it.
Don't woman-splain to me right now, okay?
Can I just say a thing?
Fine.
I really like that the Boogie fans have showed up to shit on us and not give us a fair chance when you're... Your token man here
hold on.
all about giving
you get into a flame war it doesn't matter. So, I've been very fair to Boogie. So the problem I have with just so you can get caught up, because I know that you're a Boogie fan and I want you to be caught up. He prefaces everything with either I was an abuse victim or I'm stupid. It gets self-deprecating so that he can use that as a shield. He's been using Total Biscuit as a shield of, like, he's got a dead friend that felt the same way and they take it really personally. And kind of the point is it's pretty manipulative to an audience or to anyone, like it's just in a personal relationship, to use these things in your life as reasons you get to get away with the things. And I know that you're going to disagree and say, well, he's not doing it to get away with it. He owned it. It's owning it in the least possible. It's like leasing it. It's like it's not with any weight or responsibility to it, and that's the problem I have with any of the way he deals with negative criticism. That said, I do think he probably gets unfair criticism, and he definitely gets abused for his weight. But I think I'm proud of him for all the weight loss he's done. I think Sarah and I both said at the beginning of this.
We said at the beginning that neither of us would ever attack him for his personal looks because someone made a comment on his teeth. I don't really think that that's a valid, like, who fucking cares what his teeth look
that's
like?
What I'm saying. He could have no teeth and never have lost a pound, and it wouldn't have changed a thing.
Oh, Boogie's in the chat.
Yeah, no, I think, hey Jake, Boogie here. Just so you know, I've been listening the whole time. Nothing you say is unfair. You're flat out wrong about some stuff, but that's all right. If you ever want to talk about it in a non-public forum, we're glad to. Or hell, I'd hop on your stream right now if you wanted. I don't know. What do you want? Jake Boogie is here. Yes, Boogie is. Yeah, I don't know. I find the way it's done to not be super beneficial for anybody. I actually find it to be a little harmful, if I'm honest. Are you gonna say anything?
Huh? Oh no, I was just letting you talk. But okay. I mean, whatever Boogie's comfortable with. I know he blocked me and he thinks that I like hate his guts or whatever. It's not.
What? No.
I'm not blocked again, but
what? Me being here? No. No, I'm not saying you being here is a bad way to go about it. That's not what I meant.
No.
She was Legend of Phoenix on Twitter. You did unblock. It was the Sean thing. Anyway, so the problem we have, we talked about this on Twitter. I don't want you to be uncomfortable, but if you want to come on, that's fine. We're in the Discord, so I'm sure Jake, you're super loud.
Don't feel pressured into coming onto the stream if you
right. Because it's not a fuck you fest. I said
you were stupid. Here's the thing. You had me blocked, and so I figured that there would be no discourse. So I did say that you were stupid for that take because I was annoyed.
A big reward.
Mainly because of the whole gay rights thing, months back. I figured that you weren't up to any sort of criticism, and then a bunch of people dunked on you, and it was a whole lot of shit. No, you blocked me the first time. I don't think I'm pretty sure I didn't call you stupid the first time around when the gay rights thing happened. You didn't block me for saying you were stupid. I had been blocked for a few months.
Yeah.
So that's why I wasn't even going to make it a conversational thing because I was like, well, he has me blocked. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. I don't know. Beyond that, I think someone said the Boogie boys came and got him. Like, his fans are definitely going to do that. You guys would probably do that. It happens. So, I mean, I'm not going to criticize Boogie for that.
I think it's shitty when a fan base does it, which a lot of people did
after
it got retweeted.
I think it's shitty if a fan base picks on people, which is why I don't like it when that happens on my behalf. Yeah. And obviously, I'm not as popular as Boogie. But it still happens for me. I thought, and if someone could give Boogie, my fans suck, but your fans started coming after me on Twitter. Oh.
Wait, who came after?
Well, it depends on how they came after you, in my opinion. I get it. I'm not upset about it. Keep in mind that's how shit works when you do takes like this.
Come and call me a cunt and stuff. So.
Yeah, I don't know. If Boogie wants to get a link to the Discord so we can be in the same call, we can move to the same call.
Well, it's just discord.me/Hugo and Jake.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying.
Or whatever, if you wanted to join the server.
Yeah, and I don't think Boogie does condone that kind of abuse. But it's... See, what happens is, and I think it's an issue... It's one of those things where you say, I don't want to be abused, and when you interpreted what Sean said as a fat joke, which big boy right here as well, I understand, I empathize with that. But it wasn't.
He said he's in the Discord.
Okay.
You can add him as a friend and then add him to the call.
Okay. Will do. Let me see.
Should be searchable.
Sure. Let me do...
I think we turned off intro messages because we had a bunch of spam bots.
Okay. Oh, in lobby?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't there. So, let me see, and then we can just go into recording.
Oh, he's in general. If you want to do it in recording, we can't screen share, but I don't think we need that.
That's fine. We'll quit this one and we'll go into I closed the thing. We'll go into recording. You can probably hear me now. I
jumped channel on accident.
General voice chat. If you go into general voice chat on that Discord, I'll drag you into our private one. That's absolutely fine. I actually like the fact that you're willing to talk.
Yeah.
Because again, you said you've been here the whole time.
Oh, he's in Charisma Saves Discord. Oh, he's in Charisma Saves Discord.
Oh,
okay.
Well, let's just go to that. That's fine.
Jump into admin stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense. And
There we go.
Hello, Boogie.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hear me
Sounds fantastic.
Okay, hold on. Let me mute you on stream. Okay. So here's the thing that you got wrong, and this is what I want to let you know.
Sure.
Are you familiar with post-traumatic stress disorder?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with dissociative disorder?
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm always talking about, and the reason I say it's never an excuse, but it's the reason it happens, but it's never an excuse.
Sure.
When I disassociate, I no longer have control.
Okay.
I'm literally, my id is in complete control. And if you're familiar with dissociative disorder, I'm sure a lot of your listeners are not.
Okay, go ahead and explain it. I might have it wrong based on what I think as well.
So basically, it's a survival mechanism, and your brain basically shuts down. Kind of, it's the hardest way to. It kind of like hits the eject button.
Sure.
And then you kind of just go into pure id. For some people, they go catatonic. I do have bouts of that. For some people, it triggers fight or flight. I tend to be a fighter. And so what you mostly see on social media when I'm making these stupid mistakes is fight triggers. And I start fighting. And I start fighting for something I don't believe in. I don't give a fuck about our founding fathers. I give a fuck about us coexisting in this nation.
Right.
I don't give a fuck about our founding fathers. And so when something eventually triggers me, which I hate to use that phrase, but it's a valid
phrase for a lot of people.
It's a valid phrase for me.
Anyone who's experienced abuse in any situation, I think it's a valid phrase.
Right. But once that is finally triggered, dissociative disorder, I'm no longer in control for the next hour, day. It depends. Okay. There are entire streams. There's captured streams on YouTube you can look up where I don't remember streaming that night. I don't know what I said. I don't know what I did. I wake up the next morning, and it's very much like waking up when this dissociative episode ends.
Sure.
It's very much like waking up, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I just said. What mess do I have to clean up? Now, that said, that's why I say some pretty stupid shit. It's never an excuse. It's never an excuse.
Okay.
If you wonder, I still did the thing I did. If I shot somebody while I was disassociated,
right,
I have to fucking go to jail. It's not an excuse. It's not going to get me out of jail. It's not going to get me out of any trouble I created online. If I punch a guy at a fucking bar while I'm disassociated, I'm still getting brought up on assault charges. And I'm not trying to hide behind that. I'm not trying to say you have to let me do crazy shit, because there's never an excuse. There's never an excuse for that. You can say, and this is like my father, somebody says in the chat, the drunk excuse. My dad was an alcoholic. My dad still molested us, so it doesn't fucking matter that he was drunk when he did it, does it?
No.
Does it? That's why it happened. That's why it happened. But it's not an excuse. So I try to explain that the next day. I'm like, hey guys, I'm back. Crazy me's gone. I'm trying to clean up the mess. Sorry. And that's all I'm ever trying to say when I mention my mental disorder.
Sure.
You know?
I think the reason why I personally took it as excusing is because, like I said, in my past experience, I've been in an abusive relationship in which my partner would do all kinds of terrible, like, guilt trips and controlling behavior towards me. And then when I finally bucked up to it, it was, well, you can't blame me because all these terrible things happened to me. Therefore, like, he would basically cry and say, I'm sorry, it's not my fault. It's out of my control. This thing is making me do it. And it wasn't an excuse for the behavior, but he constantly used it as that way to try to justify that. Well, and I find a lot of people do. Well,
I will go the opposite route with it. Number one, I'm not your significant other who abused you. Number two, I'm an abusive person. Number three, throttle me all you want. Be as pissed off at me as you want. I prefer you didn't call me names because it's one of my biggest triggers. I can't really handle it. I prefer you didn't call me fucking stupid. I prefer you didn't call me a fucking melon, which I took as a fat joke. Regardless, the way it was meant, you're a fucking moron. That's still not very polite conversation. That's not polite discourse. I can't handle it. I can't do it. I can't deal with it, unfortunately. But that said, be as mad at me as you want. Punish me all you want. Take it out on me all you want. I'm the one who fucked up. I'll deal with you being pissed off at me. That's fine. I encourage you to be pissed off at me. It helps keep me accountable. I'm certainly accountable for anything I do when I'm disassociated. I just hope you understand that it wasn't me. I mean, it was me, but it wasn't me.
Sure. Do you understand how that sounds like you're putting something in between
Yeah, absolutely.
Like a take and then the recourse.
Because it is in between those things. The take most of the time is just me saying something I don't understand, me saying something stupid. Up until about a year ago, I thought Christopher Columbus was a fucking hero, dude. You got to remember, my high school education was 30 years ago, 35 years ago. Okay?
Yeah.
A lot of the shit that you guys know, I didn't fucking get taught.
Well, I mean, I'm 30.
I'm 44. I'm 44.
I know.
I was graduating middle school when you were coming out of your dad's dick, dude.
Yeah, I know. I get it. But, like, we're living the age of information. And while I understand, like, there are factors that come into not being able to necessarily... let's say put a cap on it when you think you're saying something that's going to get you a lot of shit or whatever. But I would never say anything purposely that I thought was going to get me a bunch of shit. I thought everyone agreed that we lived in a country that was known as the Great Melting Pot. I thought we all agreed we live in a country where give us your weak, give us your poor, written right on the bottom of the fucking Statue of Liberty. I always thought we lived in a country where it was founded on all men are created equal. I thought we all were in agreement with that. I had no fucking clue if I had any clue that wasn't untrue and that people would think I was an idiot for saying it. I'm not going to say something idiotic on purpose. Sure.
I just thought that was fact. I just thought that was fucking fact, dude. I don't fucking know.
I mean,
I didn't know that because they owned slaves, that was invalidated. And I heard you say that, but that was the major point a lot of people were making. It doesn't matter what those white devils thought. They owned slaves.
That's not what people were saying.
I have that exact text screenshotted. Tell me that's not true.
Well,
I will go screenshot that text to you right now.
People were saying
it doesn't matter. Here's one of the things that you don't understand. And no offense to you, Sarah. I don't know how many followers you have on Twitter. I have 700,000. Okay. I don't know how many people scream at you when you fuck up, okay? But let's imagine 1% of all crazy, 1% of all people are crazy. That's probably an overestimate, but let's go with that number. So if 1% of the people who are mad at me are mad, and there's 1 million of them, that's 1,000 crazy people screaming at me.
Yeah.
I don't know how to make sense of that. Now you add a dissociative disorder to that, and I'm trying to make a sense of something when I can't make sense of breakfast. I can't make sense of where I am at some points. I get spatial disassociation sometimes. Sometimes I don't even realize I'm in my own fucking home while I'm trying to tweet about this stuff. And so I don't know what's fucking right. I don't know what's fucking true. I try to pick what the mass majority is screaming at me, and what the mass majority of people were screaming at me that day was they own slaves. They own slaves. They own slaves. You dumb motherfucker.
Yeah,
they own slaves. So I presume that must be it. I don't fucking know any better.
But no one else said because they own slaves that we can't have an idealistic take about America.
That is exactly what people are upset about, Sarah. That's exactly what people are upset about. It may not have been what you were upset about, but that's what the mass majority of the tweets I was reading said.
Sure. You know what? I've experienced
white devils.
Well, even if I'm sure that happened though. Like, let's be real.
Yeah, only one person called me the white devil. You know?
That person's stupid, probably.
And I'm 98% sure that person is a concern troll. I don't fucking know. You all come across as concern trolls to me half the time. I genuinely, I'm so disconnected from your generation. Sarah, I presume you're under 30. But even your generation at 30, I'm so fucking disconnected that I don't even know what makes sense anymore. You have any idea what a trans person seemed like to 12-year-old, 15-year-old Boogie? You try to explain that. Try to explain transgendered rights to 15-year-old Boogie.
I totally get it. I do.
Yeah. We're talking 1985 for fuck's sakes.
Yeah.
The world has changed so dramatically. I didn't know that it was transphobic. This came from my friend Aurelia. I didn't know it was transphobic for a lesbian to not want to have sex with lesbian or with female trans women. I didn't know that. I didn't know that if you didn't want to fuck a man who's transitioned to female, you were transphobic, even if you're a lesbian and you prefer vaginas, because it's wrong to fetishize the vaginas. I just learned that like in the last 6 months. Mind-boggling to me. It's mind-boggling to me. I can't even make sense of something like that, but I know it's true. But it's difficult to navigate that world. It's a brave world, man. It's a brave fucking world. And I'm all for it. I'm all for it. If being transphobic means you don't want to suck somebody's dick, that's fine. That's fine. I think that's transphobic. Let's go in that direction. That's fine. You guys define the world however you want to define the world. I'm so into it. But it's confusing as shit to me. It's so confusing to me.
I think there are only a couple of people who really have that take of it being transphobic for genital.
Right. So it's
it's a nuanced discussion that some people don't take nuance with, and I wouldn't necessarily say it's transphobic. A lot of people, I'm in the LGBT community, and I wouldn't call it transphobic. But
well, so the way she explained her situation to me, for those of you guys, because me and her had a big conversation after everybody was mad that I didn't want people to get murdered for same-sex marriage. And I made the suggestion that maybe you guys have to remember Obama was against same-sex marriage in 2011.
Yeah.
We barely turned Obama by the time we rushed that through the Supreme Court. Okay.
But I mean, well, technically it wasn't rushed because it comes with.
It's pretty rushed if Obama's only been on it for a year.
Well, yeah, but you gotta think like the LGBTQ plus people have been fighting for rights since for ages. I mean, it's just happened. Like Harvey Milk was a long time ago.
Right, of course.
Yeah, and so
that is right. But the point that I was making this summer to try to explain for the people who are angry in chat, what I was trying to explain, is that we had barely convinced Obama that this was a good thing, and I can't think of very many people more aggressive than Obama. Okay, and so if we have just barely convinced Obama that same-sex marriage is legal, maybe we haven't done the job of teaching everybody else yet.
Polling for the U.S. for gay rights at the time of
a big reward.
That Supreme Court ruling was over the majority of the nation are in favor of LGBT rights.
Right. Well, and I'm glad. And I was one of those people. You guys don't know this about me, but I petitioned in the state of Arkansas. I stood on street corners and petitioned in the state of Arkansas to get same-sex marriage on the ballot in this state. You guys don't know that about me. You guys don't know this about me. I own an LBGTQ safe zone called Gear Gaming in Fayetteville. Look it up.
Well,
I've invested in a local gaming store that is an LGBTQ safe zone. I'm trying to be an ally. I know I'm a shitty one, but I'm trying. I'm fucking trying, man.
I don't think any of those things are being a shitty ally. What I think it is, and you probably got a lot of shit that was probably unfair for some of these things, but at the same time, the visceral reaction people had to the I think they should have waited 30 years for the rights. Those people are thinking their whole life, by the way, because, again, you said only in 2011 did Obama even turn around on this, and he's been our most progressive president in ages, not only because he was a black man, but because he actually was more progressive.
Well, I don't think it has anything to do with the color of his skin. I just think it was very progressive.
Well, no, I know, but I think your demographic informs kind of how you're going to do that. Obviously, there's Ben Carson was in that same election, and, that didn't change anything.
Anyway, so if the people who are upset, let me say, I know that take was wrong now. I understand that take was wrong now. I understand that nobody wants to wait. They don't give a shit who gets killed. People are getting killed anyway. So fuck it. Let's get married now.
That's the part. That's the part.
People are getting killed anyway. So, well, that's what
it sounds like you're using that as some sort of
shield. Will you do me a favor, Sarah? Will you do me a favor? Can you tell me how far my home in Fayetteville, Arkansas is from Harrison? Will you tell me? Because I can tell you if you don't want to know. If you don't want to look it up. I'm about a 45-minute drive from the home of the Ku Klux Klan.
Sure.
Okay. I deal with these bigots on the fucking daily. They have protested my gaming store, for God's sakes. Okay. So when I tell you those guys are pretty fucking active, trust me, they're pretty fucking active. I see them. I walk by them.
Yeah.
I'm a bi woman who grew up with the discrimination of being bi.
And I'm so sorry for that. And my heart goes out.
I've almost gotten beat multiple times in school for my sexuality.
So those are the people. So you're the person who could potentially get killed by these bigoted pieces of shit.
I would get killed anyway, Boogie. That's
exactly,
the point.
Which is why I said it's a bad take. That's why I said I've learned better.
Yeah, the problem.
That's why I said I learned better, man.
The problem I have, though,
people were getting killed anyway.
That's the part.
I just don't want you to get killed. I just don't want you to get killed. But it was a bad way to keep you from getting killed. I get that, obviously. Yeah. Obviously, you're still gonna get killed anyway.
I see. That's the part. You kind of double down when you defend it, though. Do you understand that you're doing that right now? Like you're kind of doubling.
Do you understand that I can see both sides of the argument?
Absolutely, I can totally.
And so that's why I'm doing that. I'm saying my original statement, which was I don't want people to get killed. It sucks when people get killed, and this might be a way to keep you from getting killed. I also know I'm wrong about it.
Okay.
So I apologize. I apologize for being wrong. I still don't want you to get killed, Sarah. I really want you to live. I really, really fucking want you to live so fucking badly.
It's not that you're wrong about it.
Not get killed by one of these bigoted pieces of shit. That was just a bad way to try to do it.
It's not that you're wrong about it. It's that when you
I clearly am wrong.
No, I know you. that was a bad take, and then you corrected yourself. But the way you correct yourself doubles down on the fact that, like, you kind of brush it aside, and I don't know if you realize you do that with the language you use when you defend kind of your, like, this is why I see both sides of the arguments. You're going to get killed anyway. It kind of just, like, pushes aside the actual problem, which is, to me...
Well, explain to me what is the actual problem is. To me, the actual problem, the thing I care about is people getting fucking killed. That's priority number one for me. That's the only thing I give a shit about.
Okay,
if I had to wait 20 years to get married to save a single life, if I had to wait 100 years to get married to save a single life,
Boogie,
that would be my priority. That would be my priority. So what is your priority?
If it was just like, okay, getting married, as if married didn't come with other implications. So, like, gay people for a long time haven't had legal rights to their partners as far as making medical decisions or being able to make postmortem decisions or adoption.
I apologize for interrupting, but when I was petitioning right here in the state of Arkansas, part of my pitch was to identify the 225 rights that same-sex couples do not have access to. I'm aware of the 225 rights that you would not have access to, and that's what we were fighting for. Yes, I'm very aware.
And that affects more people than the possibility of just hurting some bigots' feelings and them, like, killing someone over it. You know? Like, I think people having access to the rights that they can't have is more widespread than the possibility of somebody getting caught in a hate crime.
Which is why I'm going to exactly tell you, I know I'm wrong. What are you laughing at, Jake? What am I saying wrong?
Not you, it's the chat.
The chat.
It's
okay,
chat. Boogie don't talk to... No. Boogie don't talk to them. I don't know. I thought that was funny.
Oh, no, don't get me wrong. There's literally people in here. I think Retro Game Queen, for example, she's like, I'm clipping all this shit. I can't wait to fucking share this shit, clip this fucking gold. I can't wait to fucking show his bad take. I get it. I'm hanging myself right now.
Well,
but here's the thing you don't know. I'm not in full control right now anyway, so fuck it. Let's just hang it. Let's hang me out to dry.
I don't want you to hang yourself out. That's not why. I didn't say
it's already done. It's already done. She's already here celebrating my fucking idiocy right now.
But just so you know, the fact that you're on here, my goal is not to hang anyone out to dry anywhere. I don't like. You could come on here and totally just like kill it and change my mind, and that would be amazing.
Except before I agreed to come on here, you're like, 175 years, we're at our highest ever. You know what you're doing, man. You know what you're doing.
No, what?
Oh, no.
You know what you're doing. It's fine. It's fine. But you know what you're doing, man. That's okay. Don't say that's not what you're doing when that's clearly what you're doing.
I literally said to you, I don't want you to come on here if you're going to be oh, God.
No, you would rather, you said, don't come here and represent yourself. Let me continue to straw man you.
No, that's not.
Of course I'm going to come defend myself. Of course I'm going to come defend myself.
We said it was fine if you wanted to or if you didn't want to.
I don't even not like you.
Sarah clearly doesn't like me.
Oh,
Sarah clearly doesn't like me.
I never even said that I didn't like you. I used to watch your shit, man.
You call me fucking stupid.
Because
I wouldn't call my worst fucking enemy stupid, Sarah. I wouldn't call my worst fucking enemy names.
But you would tell them to wait 20 years for their
names, Sarah. I'm sorry, but that to me doesn't seem like you like me very much when you're calling me fucking names. I wouldn't call a best friend names who trust me. I wouldn't call my worst enemy fucking names. Where does that get people?
Worst names than I call my enemies.
Why? What does that get you? What is the advantage of that? What do you think that's going to make me listen better, or are you going to think it's going to make me listen worse?
You had me blocked. I didn't think you were going to listen to me at all.
Do you forget that people screen cap shit? And I didn't have you blocked, Sarah.
You did.
I didn't block you. I didn't block you until you called me stupid. I blocked you.
Boogie, I could not see your tweet. Someone else sent me a screenshot because you had me blocked for like 2 or 3 months before this.
I guarantee that's not the reality.
It was for the gay thing. It was for the conversation we just had.
What did you call me then, Sarah?
I didn't call you anything.
I'm sure you did. I'm sure you had to, because the only people I ever block, even when I'm completely disassociated, are people who call me names. That's literally my cutoff point.
I don't think
we had gotten into the argument about the rights thing before you had came out and said you were wrong.
You fucking melon. You fucking melon. Is that a friendly thing to say?
I'm not
Sean. Melon.
I'm just saying. Is that friendly to you? You fucking melon. Well, we're best friends. You fucking melon. Like, I don't know who acts like that.
I don't know.
I've been out of grade school for 30 years. I don't feel the need to call people names. Yeah, it's been 30 fucking years.
I don't know. English people kind of talk. talk like
Jack
that.
just said he was 30, or Jake just said he was fucking 30.
Yeah.
Are you calling people names on the internet? What the fuck, man?
All the time.
Yeah,
that's insane. Why?
Well, I don't know. It's just well, I didn't call you a name, did I?
I know. I'm just saying, like, what do you hope to gain? What do you hope to gain?
Hope to gain
melon? You fucking melon? Like, I don't
know.
You fat piece of shit. I love you, Jake. You fat piece of shit. Hang yourself. Who talks to people?
Wait. That's a little different.
No,
that's a little different. Well, someone probably told you to hang yourself. I'm sure.
Oh no,
know,
much worse.
Yeah,
I never talk about this in public because I don't want to encourage the behavior. I had someone show up at my front door right after buying this house, and I opened the door, and he's like, "Hey, I don't like what you fucking say on the internet." And I'm like, "Okay," and then I just closed the door. Like I'm clearly not going to engage. He could have a fucking gun.
Sure,
dude.
Sure.
But people are showing up to my fucking house at this point.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking used to it at this point. And you do not want to know, and I'm not going to get too deep into it because I'm not ready to fucking start sharing screenshots and back it up. But when I talk about toxicity on the internet, the fucking kids over at these lol cow farms and these kids on these fucking subreddits and shit,
I agree.
They can take a back seat to the LBGT community. I can tell you that. Because I have never been attacked the way I got attacked this summer. And I don't blame them because you guys are fighting for your life. You guys are fighting for your life. I fucking get it. There are people out there who want to fucking kill you. I get it. Get mad. Be mad. I have a trans friend. She used to work at my local gaming store. Now she works up at Walmart corporate. And one day I asked her, I'm like, why are you so fucking angry? And she's like, Steve, they fired me from my teaching position. They fired me from my teaching position because I transitioned. How the fuck could I not be mad?
Sure. And
I'm like, oh, yeah, I get it. Right. Like, I get it. Like, you should be as mad as you want to fucking be. Be as fucking mad as you want to be. I get it. And if I can take a few blows to make her feel better or make you feel better, fucking hit me. That's fine. It's fine. It's a fucking battle, and you guys are fighting it. And it's up to you how you fight it. It's not up to me. I'm a straight white man. I shouldn't even be able to fucking comment on it. I get that. I understand that. That said, occasionally I fuck up, and I do. I'm trying to be an ally when I do, most of the time. I really was trying to be an ally when I said what I said this summer. Man, I wish people didn't have to get killed. That was my incentive. I get how stupid I was, but that's what I meant. I wish people didn't have to fucking get killed. Sucks that people have to get killed. But you know what, Sarah, like you said, you've lived in threat your whole life. So I'm glad you can get married. And that's where I was wrong. You know, I hope you don't get married. Marriage sucks. I don't recommend it. I do not recommend it. But.
Do you feel as if we were tearing you down tonight? Do you feel as if we were unfair?
I think you misrepresented me a fair amount. But sure. No, the straw man you were building, you burned him down good, and he deserved it. If I was that person, absolutely fucking destroy me.
So you think I made a straw man of you from the things you said? What did I misinterpret without
that I heard?
Sure, yeah.
That I hide behind my mental disorder.
Okay. Let's talk about
that I just share it.
Absolutely. Let's talk about that specifically, because sure. I think you may not feel like it's a shielding mechanism, but I think the way you typically preface this with like, hey, by the way, I'm an ally. I do this, and this in the community, which is fantastic, by the way. I don't want to take that from you. And then you do that. You do that to kind of preempt.
Retro Game Queen has already showed me how invalid it is. Number one, I don't think she believes me. Secondly, regardless of whether or not she believes me, she thinks I'm only virtue signaling. I thought that was a phrase only fucking bigots on the right used. I've never heard that out of somebody from the left, but here we are.
I've
never in my life heard that shit from somebody on the left. But,
sure, okay. But it kind of comes across as look at my black friend a little, and I know you're not doing that 100%, but it kind of reads, and it is. I think it's just in the way the language is said, not in how you intend it, but how it actually reads on Twitter or when it comes out of your mouth. And I'm listening to you now. It sounds like it's here are all the good things, so please don't hate me for the bad thing. And
no, hate me for the bad thing. Hate me. Fucking burn me down. Show up my house.
And then you
I don't give a fuck.
And then I was...
Hate me as much as you want. And Strawman me as much as you want, Jake, and have fun with it.
I'm not trying.
I'm saying have fun with it. Make a stream.
But I'm not...
Pausing my video every 3 seconds. Don't let me speak for myself. Pause the video. Say something that you think. Say something you think I said. Then build that up. Then burn it down and do that all night. I don't give a shit. That's fine. It's your job. It's your streaming. Do whatever the hell you want to do.
Okay.
I'm not trying to take that away from you. I'm just trying to explain to you that I'm here to defend myself tonight.
Absolutely.
And here's some of the good stuff that I've done. Feel free to shit all over me when I leave.
What?
Feel free to shit all over me when I leave.
Do you think I shit on you tonight? Do you think I was just shitting?
I'm saying, but you're welcome to. I'm saying you're welcome to. I don't care.
So when you say...
I'm not trying to convince you. I'm not trying to convince Retro Game Queen or anybody else in this chat. I'm not trying to convince anybody. I'm just trying to say shit that's true.
I agree. Okay, so you don't think that I was shitting on you, but you think I will?
I think you were straw manning me. Okay. And I'm saying, no, you have every right to shit on me if you choose to do it later, or you choose to do it earlier, or you choose to do it now. It's entirely up to you.
Absolutely.
I'm not trying to change your mind otherwise. I'm not trying to change your mind otherwise.
Do you see how it comes across like you're preemptively throwing yourself under the bus?
Dude, I don't know if you can understand this, but I fucking hate I want you to fucking shit on me. I'm completely under the bus. But I will throw myself under the bus.
But if
why do you think I'm on the stream right now? Is to engage with an audience who hates me, so they'll fucking destroy me tomorrow on Twitter.
I don't think they hate you.
Read this fucking chat. If you've been reading this fucking chat, read this fucking chat. Read this fucking chat.
Yeah, and there are
of course they hate me after the way. Yeah, and that's
there
fine.
are also people shitting on me and Jake right now
Yeah,
in the chat. Somebody just said that I would falsely
those aren't the people I'm here for.
rape.
Those aren't the people I'm here for. The people I'm here for.
Those are the people who followed you here.
Right, but the people that I'm here for, are the people who are going to destroy me on Twitter tomorrow.
I don't want them to destroy. That's not the point.
Yeah,
it is to me. It is to me. I wish you could understand that.
Do you want to know? Do you want to know where I came from?
Listen to me right now. Clip this. Somebody clip this right now. Tomorrow, this will be on Sam and Tolkien, and they will circle jerk their tiny dicks to it till they come. They're gonna have the best fucking time doing it, and I'm here exclusively so they can do that. I want them to have the ammo. I want them to use it against me. I want them to harm me, because since my gastric bypass surgery, it's difficult to self-harm. So please do it for me. Please do it for me.
Don't you think it's better than to just cut yourself off from social media?
Of course it would be. That's why I won't do it, Sarah. Of course it would be. That's why I will never do it.
Force yourself to do it. Like you said,
no, I'm forcing myself to. This is a form of self-harm, Sarah. This is a form of self-harm.
That's why we said we don't want you to come on here if you feel uncomfortable with it, or if it's going to I don't want you to be here if it's hurting you.
This is a greater opportunity for me to torpedo myself, and I'm so excited to do it.
But
thank you for giving me the platform.
But do you see what I'm talking about? Like,
now it almost feels like you're guilt tripping us.
Yeah,
of course. But I'm not. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm harming myself.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's just put this in a vacuum, and let's say this is your version of self-harm, which I hope is not the case, because that's part of the reason, because I'm watching this video and you explained yourself, and I supported the first half of this video easily.
I literally said it in this video. In this video.
No, I know you did. That's what I'm saying.
So how is it a surprise I'm saying it again now?
I'm not
shocking at all. Were you paying any attention?
Yes, I'm not.
I literally said it in the video you're tearing me apart over.
Hold on. That's why I asked you if you were sure you wanted to come on here, because I didn't want to be a vehicle for which you could continue to self-harm.
Yes, same.
And I've been trying to tell you that.
You would rather do it on. You would rather harm me on your own.
You told me I wasn't harming you. You told me I wasn't harming you, and then you say, "But go ahead and do it." I don't want permission, because I'm not trying to do that.
Let's go back to what we originally talked about.
Moderate criticism is not trying to harm you, my guy. It just isn't.
But moderate criticism over something you represent me in, like saying
but I want you to represent
to lie about my mental disorder to try to make people feel sorry for me to defend myself.
But
that's insane. That's fucking insane. I don't do that. I would never purposely lie. I don't lie about a single thing, and regardless of whether you think I'm lying or not, I don't talk about my mental health as a shield. And I sure shit. Here's what I'm fucking pissed off about, and I wasn't going to mention using John as a shield. Fuck you for that. Me and John were fucking friends, dude.
I know.
I put hours in the conversation with John. Hours in the conversation with John. I sat and played games with fucking John.
Absolutely.
Okay, and when I talk about John, it's because there are experiences I had with the man.
Yeah.
These are the things we talked about. These are the things we fucking dealt with. And boy, did that piss me off, dude. Boy, does that piss me off.
I find that valid.
We were fucking friends. Okay. And I talk about John because he was my fucking friend. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
No, it's not fair. Retro Queen doesn't fucking think it's fair.
Hold on.
And of course she doesn't, because you poisoned her fucking mind about that shit.
We did not poison her, actually.
Of course, 30 minutes ago, everyone in your stream heard you say, well, he just uses John as a shield. They weren't actually friends. Of course they fucking
did. I didn't say that you weren't actually friends.
Who would use their friend as a shield?
Listen.
Who would use their friend as a shield? Who would use their friend as a shield? That is, you're literally saying I'm dishonest. I'm dishonest. I don't know. Maybe because I wouldn't call my friends names either. So that's news to me. But maybe you guys are that kind of friend. But I was not that kind of friend to John.
All right. Do you think that maybe you just strawmanned me?
No, I heard what you said. That's exactly what you said. He uses Total Biscuit as a shield. I'm sick of him using Total Biscuit as a shield. Is that not word for word what you said?
He didn't say word for word.
No. So here's what let me explain it to you, and maybe you can still be mad if you want. But and maybe I'm self-harming, and this is all.
How is it that when I screwed up and said to John, said about John that John threw me under the bus during that whole Shadow of Mordor thing, I was a shitty friend to him, and now I don't understand. I don't understand how the fuck the internet works. I don't understand how the fuck it works. I don't understand how it fucking works.
I want to reiterate so we can find common ground, and maybe we won't, but I want to attempt it because we're all about trying to be a cohesive country. Okay? And I'm not.
I am. You guys aren't. We once owned slaves in this country, so we can't possibly do that, right?
So are you?
That's not at all what people are saying.
Because our founding fathers are hypocritical pieces of shit.
Now you're strawmanning people's arguments
against. Okay. I'm not strawmanning an argument that got made 1,000 times. That was the example they gave. Of course, we're not about that.
Okay.
Of course, we're not about that. I am about that.
Let's just focus on one thing, and let's see if we can try. What it felt like you were saying is.
I can't control how you feel. I can only control what I say.
Absolutely.
If I say if you say the word kitchen table to me, that's just the word kitchen table. It doesn't mean anything. That's where I got raped, so it makes me feel real fucking shitty when you say kitchen table because it reminds me of my fucking rape because I got raped under a kitchen fucking table, okay? So I can't control how what I say makes you feel. I can only control what I say. And what I'm trying to say to you is that when I say and do stupid shit on Twitter, it is because I am quite often disassociated and I'm not in full control. And if I was in full control, I wouldn't say that stupid shit. The same way I wouldn't be raising my voice right now if I had any level of fucking control. Okay? So, but I'm almost exclusively on id right now.
All right. I want you to know that I don't hate you. And I don't want any of my followers to hate you either.
Shit to people you hate, please. If you
I'm not even doing it. I never called you a name. I'm telling you.
No, what I'm saying is then don't bring up someone's video and break it apart piece by piece for 100 people spreading misinformation. If you don't hate them, only do that to people you hate, please.
It's not misinformation. I'm telling you why I disagree with the way you go about things.
Having nuanced discussion about
it's okay.
It is misinformation. It is misinformation when you tell people that I use John as a shield when I'm just trying to discuss my friend.
I said
it is misrepresentation. It is misrepresentation when you tell people I am not truthful about my disabilities because or my mental illness. No. I use it. I hide behind it as a reason to be purposely harmful.
I never one time said you lied about any of your abuse.
That I was dishonest about it.
I never said you were dishonest about it. What I said is I think that you are very forward with it in a way to mitigate criticism, and I think that's a fair criticism of you. I feel like that's fair. If that sounds fucking crazy to you,
anything's fair criticism to me. I got called Hitler yesterday. That's
not fair criticism. I've been called Hitler too.
I've been called a Nazi. I've been called a Nazi. That's a fair criticism. Every criticism is fair.
No, not every.
I can call you a neck-bearded cuck. That would be a fair criticism. I don't give a shit. Any criticism.
Do you see what you're doing? You're kind of hiding behind the I don't call names by saying I would call you.
I'm trying to tell you what I believe, and I would believe that calling me fucking Nazi and calling you a neckbeard, that's all fair criticism. All criticism.
Who did you hear call me a neckbeard, or did you just come up with that by yourself?
I don't know. You have a neckbeard, so I was just going by that.
Do you see what I'm talking about, though?
Wow, how rude.
Has no one ever called you a neckbeard? It's a very common insult on the internet.
So is Melvin in England, Boogie!
I'm not in England, Jake! I'm from Arkansas! I've never been outside of the country! Where the fuck was I going to learn that?
Google!
But that's the point, who cares?
Cunt is said over there every third word, too. If I call someone a cunt on Twitter tomorrow, I'm in a lot of fucking trouble, aren't I?
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I don't think you're hearing me. I do not think you're hearing me.
So let me try this. Let me see if I got what I'm trying to say.
Okay. specifically.
You think I use John as a shield?
Do you want to talk about John or
my mental disability?
I don't think you misrepresent your mental disability.
I use both to hide behind when I make mistakes, and I make mistakes purposely. That's what I got before I came to the street.
So
where am I wrong? Where am I wrong?
Absolutely. So. What I said about the mental illness aspect is not that you misrepresent the severity of it, because I believe everything you say about your mental disabilities, your mental abuse history, any sort of abuse history, including names getting called on the internet, the fat jokes. I'm a big guy. It happens to both of us. You're a little bit bigger than me, but you're taking steps. And we said at the beginning of this stream that we're very happy for you in the steps you've taken. And frankly,
I don't give a shit about that.
I know you don't give a shit about. Hold on.
Let's talk about the criticism, please.
Absolutely.
Focus. Don't destroy me.
I'm not praising you to destroy you. I'm trying to be fair to you. So here's the point.
That's not fair. That's distracting to me. Focus on the thing we're discussing.
But I can't. I'm not just going to shit on you because I don't feel that way. So
please shit on me. Please shit on me. I'm begging you to shit on me. But I don't want to. I'd give you $1,000 to shit on me right now.
That's so fucking kinky, and I love it. But
if this is going to turn into a self-harm thing, then maybe you should just leave.
Hold on.
I would like to get through this. I would like to get through at least the John thing, because that really tremendously hurt me.
Absolutely, and I don't mean to hurt your feelings about that. And maybe I was wrong, and I'm absolutely fine being wrong about that. How it feels from a person on the outside. And by the way, Sarah was a big fan of John, and obviously they didn't have a personal relationship, but it hurt her a lot when he passed away, and I was there, and I remember that, and I'm sure it hurt you much more tremendously. But
no, I mean, pain is relative. If it hurt her a lot, it's still
Sure,
that was
you had a personal
absolutely, but I don't want to mitigate. I don't want to say that your pain is invalid in any way. Anyways, the point is, it sounds like when you bring up the fact that you have a history of abuse, or you were friends with John, who is very famously beloved and also sometimes
belovedly fucking hated.
And I was gonna say sometimes very polarizing. Like some people shit on him when he died. I thought that was very wrong. Sarah was also in the.
So excited, and
Sarah was also in the camp of people that were like, "Hey, this is fucked up. He's mostly a good guy." Like, I don't understand. Kind of the Stan Lee situation right now, where people shit on him. Like, it happens.
Let me ask you this: do you think, honestly, do you think when I talk about John, I talk about John because he was a close personal friend, and because we experienced a lot of things together, and he was my mentor, and he helped me build my business, and the fact that I think about him every single day when I sat down on my computer to do his job? Do you think that's why I talk about John? Or do you think I do it because I'm a manipulative piece of shit? Because that's what you were implying earlier.
I think you talk about him because he was your friend, and I also think you accidentally use the weight of that relationship to mitigate the criticism in this specific video.
Sarah, did it work? Sarah, did it work? Did it mitigate it for you? Did it mitigate it for you?
Well, I'm coming from a place of bias, so I don't really think that it would work on me.
And it's not going to work on anybody.
And I want to know.
And in fact, when I mentioned John, I know those people's. I know people like you, Sarah, and I know and other people who hated John are going to hate on me. And I know people like you, Sarah, are going to call me disingenuous. I know, but people like you, Sarah, are going to call me disingenuous. And the people over at Sam and Toki are going to say what Jake is saying.
Wait. I never said you were disingenuous.
Using him as a shield, whatever that means.
I didn't even say that. That was Jake's criticism, to be honest.
Right. Well, okay.
But what Jake was saying is that if it's not like you're intentionally using John, it's that bringing up John definitely does carry some sort of emotional weight because of his death.
That's why I mentioned it, because I was feeling that, and when I recorded this video, because this is part of my process of healing, is to talk about some of the shit that I need to talk about in these videos.
I don't think
there are 4 very close friends of mine who I genuinely trust and I genuinely care. The people who watch my rambling videos tend not to be people who are going to take apart every single fucking word and then shit all over them. And if I'd realized that that's what they were doing, then I might be a lot more careful about what I say about these rambling videos. But there are 4 core fans who know me, who understand that I had a relationship with John, understand my friendship with John and how important it was to me, and how it is a pivotal part of the person I am. And so I have no clue, Sarah, that you, who barely know me, or who only knows me as much as you do, don't know that about me, don't know that about my relationship with John, and don't know that he's a pivotal part of my life. And I understand that maybe that's how you guys think. When you were constructing a video like this, maybe you would think, what's a great way to score pity points here? I understand that might be how you think. I don't fucking think that way. I don't fucking think that way. I was just talking about a friend who I was thinking about when I was recording that video. That's all I was doing. This is something me and John talked about. This is me and something John shared. This is the advice he gave me. I'm trying to take that advice today. Here we are. And that's it. That was it.
Right. It was the context. It wasn't. You brought up what I thought was very interesting.
If I can finish the thought.
Okay.
But I was trying to go back to.
Sure.
I know that people like you are going to pick it apart, Jake.
Explain who people like me are.
Yeah. What is people like?
People who like to levy criticism. People who might
so do you think
video and criticize every word I have to say.
So do you think I criticized every word you said?
Just the parts that I heard, but you were stopping every 30 seconds or so that seemed pretty close to every word.
Okay, so I don't mean to be pedantic. Again, I mean in the way you mean it.
Please, may I finish the thought, and then you can rebut. Please let me finish this.
Okay.
God, will you ever get a word in?
Since you got here, you've been. Granted, you're very passionate.
I know that this is the same thought I've been trying to complete now for almost 20 minutes. Please let me complete this thought.
Yeah, it's not because I'm interrupting you. I can. Okay, go ahead.
We're interrupting each other. We're very, and then there's.
That's fine.
Go ahead. We're all talking all over each other here. But I'm trying to complete this sentence, and that is to say that I understand when I say stuff like this, you might criticize it, or someone similar to you might bring it up in a video and dedicate part of their stream to picking it apart. I understand that. And I also understand that people like Sarah are going to have their issues with it. And you
what is people like me?
Do you understand how that's reductive?
That's very reductive because you're
I don't mean to be reductive, and I don't even understand how it's reductive. Let's say Sarah
you're lumping me into a group.
Yeah,
you are stereotyping me right now.
I'm wondering what group of people.
What stereotype?
I don't know. What do you mean by people like me?
People who don't like me very much?
But we don't not like you. We told you that to your face and on this stream in this video.
All right, then let me stop using you guys as examples. Some other person who might criticize every word I have said in the video and dedicate a stream to it, who's not named Jake. Someone like that, okay? Has nothing to do with you. Or someone like Sarah who might call me fucking stupid on Twitter several times, okay? But not Sarah. Someone similar who might say, you're a fucking stupid idiot. Someone like that. Or someone on one of these subreddits dedicated to attacking me. No one in specific, or no subreddit specifically. Or someone on the lolcow forums who are dedicated to hating on me and attacking me. No one in specific, okay?
Okay.
No one in specific. I understand that when I say stuff like this, this is ammo for them.
Okay.
But I still want to talk about my friend John. It would be a futile effort to try to use John as a shield. It would be a futile effort to try to use my mental illness as a shield. It does not work. I learned that the first time I talked about it. It creates an incredible amount of toxicity, similar to people who might bring up a video that I create and speak about every word of it and break it apart in little tiny pieces. Those types of people are going to be given ammo when I speak about John, when I speak my mind, when I speak about the things that I feel. It would be ludicrous to expect it to have that result. Only a fucking idiot would think, and I'm dumb, but I'm not that fucking dumb to think that the next day when I said, hey guys, I'm real sorry for fucking up yesterday. I'm disassociated. I was disassociated. I'm here now to clean up the mess, and I'm fucking sorry, that it was going to ever evoke empathy. You'd have to be dumb as shit to expect empathy from the internet. And I'm fucking stupid. I ain't that fucking stupid.
I think you get a lot of support.
I might be the kind of, but not from that, dude.
Sure.
But not from that. Absolutely not from that. I get a tremendous amount of more criticism, and the more criticism I get from it negates any positivity I would get from it.
Okay. Do you feel I don't know. If I were to disagree with you on something, I feel like your response right now would be, go ahead and disagree. It doesn't bother me that much. But I feel like I've been extremely fair in this entire stream, and I haven't, like, I didn't call you names, and I supported you when I thought you deserved it, and I understand how the John
and you
thing.
You don't think I deserve it now, and I get that, and that's why you're not supporting me, and that's fine.
Am I being mean to you right now?
Well, I mean, like I said, I would probably, in my YouTube career of 14 years, I think I've brought up somebody's video and critiqued it word for word about 3 times. So I would only reserve that for someone who I was not supportive of. I would probably reserve it for only somebody I disdain.
Well, I've done this for things I supported before. Like it's not just it's not a shit on stream. But I mean,
you weren't doing it to support me tonight. Tonight I think
I supported you for a little bit, for sure.
I think we prefaced the video with this isn't necessarily like a dunking thing. We just wanted to get through it because everyone kept questioning me about what the fuck happened on Twitter.
Right. And so I wanted...
Well, here's... I don't know your perspective of what happened on Twitter, but here's what happened on Twitter. You called me names and I blocked you, and I don't remember much beyond that. And I think that's okay. I think Twitter is a format where if they give me the block button, I'm allowed to use it. I guess that's wrong now?
No,
I have to listen to people call me fucking stupid?
I didn't say... Honestly, I was fine with you keeping me blocked if you wanted to. I don't know why you unblocked me. I think it's because somebody said that... hundreds of people defended you. Hundreds of people said I was a hypocritical piece of shit. How dare I? How dare I? And I think you said it too. Of a fan base. Only
it still went viral, Sarah. It still went viral. If you're the right person, I think it is. If you're the right person,
holy fucking shit! Can I talk? The people who were talking to you were fans of Sean. Sean was the one that got blocked because of that viral tweet, and then you blocked him that night because he called you a melon.
What is Sean's name on Twitter?
Sean_Jen.
What is your name on Twitter?
Legend of Phoenix.
Okay, so Legend of Phoenix, yes. Dozens and dozens of people use you and Sean both as examples of what a hypocritical piece of shit I was.
I looked through the tweets and I only saw Sean come up and I never saw my own name, which I didn't expect. I only have about 1,000 people who follow me on Twitter. I don't think 100 people would even go...
Are you Dodie Ardana on Twitter? Is that you?
No.
Legend.
Okay, how do you spell Legend of Phoenix?
It's Legend, but missing the second E.
So let's see. Let's see if I can find this. No results for both of her names. So I'm 98% sure that but like I said, I could be remembering it wrong. But regardless, the reason I unblocked you and the same reason I unblocked whoever the Sean person is because I had hundreds of people telling me that I was a piece of shit hypocrite for not wanting to be called names. So I decided I would let these people call me names. Fuck it. So I unblock everybody I blocked.
It wasn't so much about that. It's about the fact that, you even said that you support speech, even if it's bad speech.
I support civil discourse. I
think we're being civil.
I disowned Sargon. Why did I stop associating?
Because he's trash.
Once he started calling people names, I was done. Jeremy Hambley, Unsleeved Media. Why did I stop associating? Why did I get in so much trouble disowning Jeremy Handley? Why? Because he started calling people names. He called a cosplay girl a fucking whore, a fucking hooker, or something like that. I don't remember specifically what it was. So
we were talking about him earlier.
It's deconstructive. It is deconstructive to do that. And so when you are purposely making the world worse by calling people names, knowing damn well, what's the worst thing you could say to somebody who's upset? You tell them to calm down. The worst thing you can do for the act of civil discourse is name calling bullshit.
Here's the thing. I didn't expect discourse because I had already been blocked.
I understand that. And I apologize for that. Here's the thing. I don't know what I can't remember what it is you specifically said to me. I blocked you over the summer. I promise you on my dog's life, and my dog is my life, I only block people who call me names. And if you can prove to me,
if it's not
the reason I blocked you is that you called me no names this summer. If you can prove to me you showed me no names this summer, I will literally take Sam to the pound. I will literally take him to the pound and find him a new home. I swear.
Please don't do that. What?
Yeah, please don't do that. We love animals too much.
I will find him a new home. I will find him a new home.
No, keep your dog.
Keep your dog, please.
I want you to keep your dog. You love each other.
But that's how sure I am. I only block people that call me names. If you don't call me a name, you're not getting blocked. If you can tell me, Steve, you're wrong because I believe that there's an alien inside the moon and he's controlling your mind, that's fine. If you say, Steve, you're wrong because you're fat, you're done. You're stupid. You're done.
I absolutely agree. That's just an ad hom that doesn't deserve any sort of respect at all. Anyway, I feel like you're asking for me to be fair, and I've only been fair, and I don't know.
No, I'm not. I'm asking you to be unfair. I'm saying straw man me all you want.
But I haven't straw man. See, by saying straw man me all you want, you imply that I'm dishonest, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm implying that
it's actually explicitly.
I'm saying, yes, explicitly saying that you created the argument that I was using John as a shield, which is untrue.
I'm fine with that being untrue. I can be wrong about that and be totally comfortable about that.
That's all I'm accusing you of. That's all I'm accusing you of.
Sure.
Just that.
Okay, but
you said untrue things about me and pretended they were true. That is unfair. That is straw manning to me. Maybe I'm using the phrase straw man incorrectly. I apologize.
I think maybe misinterpreted, but I'm telling you the language you use makes it sound that way to more than just me. And I'm saying that it could be a communication error on your part, why people often because when you react to these, it sounds like you think that you've been misrepresented almost every time, but then you also admit that probably you could have done it a better way. That's what I'm saying. That's my criticism of the way you use John in this video. Not to say that your relationship isn't real.
Play back what I said about John. Show me what I said that was wrong about John.
I don't know.
What did I say that was wrong about John? I discussed how me and John had discussed this exact topic and how difficult it was for both of us.
So there's still plenty.
Well, if I remember correctly what I said, and since I recorded this only yesterday, here's what I remember saying about John, but please forgive me if I made a mistake here. What I remember saying about John is that me and him have been friends, and that this is something we've quite frequently discussed. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I included this in the video, but I don't remember because I was talking about John to Katie Morton today during a video collab. I said that in the video that John was even reading that shit on his deathbed. I don't know if I included that in the video, but it's true.
Yeah, it was about how he hired someone to deal with Twitter and stuff. But it wasn't that part.
And that it also did not work for John, and it also won't work for me.
Sure.
I mean, technically you don't know that unless you try it.
I do. I do know because I spoke with John daily about it, yes.
There are some
proof. There is proof that John was looking at his subreddit 3 days before he died. He was literally on his deathbed. One of his last thoughts was about this miserable shit. That sticks with you, man.
There are some people in the chat that also say they have dissociative disorders and say that their coping mechanism is it's about self-regulation. I think HHH 9988 or whatever has said a few times, talked about that he deals with this himself, and the most effective way for him is to basically regulate. And I don't think that means that you have to get completely off of it, but I don't know.
It was I remember the part that I said that. It was when you were talking about how when you experience negativity on the internet, specifically Twitter and Reddit, I believe you talk about, you said that Total Biscuit felt the same way, and you kept bringing up John, and I understand that would make you talk about that because he was your friend and he experienced it similarly.
And you both went through a very similar
But it sounds like when you invoke the guy that recently died and that a lot of the internet very much supports, including Sarah, including myself. So it sounds like what you're saying is, just one second, it sounds like kind of pre-mitigating any criticism about how you handle the criticism you get by invoking his name.
So number one, Jake, did that keep you from criticizing me?
Did it? No, what? I didn't criticize you for...
Me evoking John there, did it keep you from criticizing me today?
No, because it's ineffective, and that's what my critique
is. Exactly. So knowing that it's ineffective, and presume that I've known this for the entire 14 years I've been online, I learned it the first time it didn't work.
Okay, so
why would I continue to do it then? Why would I continue to do it then?
I absolutely understand what you're saying.
If I know it's ineffective, why would I continue to do it then?
Because you're self-harming. So here's the thing.
No, that's not why.
Oh, it's not?
John is my fucking friend, and I wanted to talk about my friend John.
Sure, and that's fine.
I never had any delusions that it would keep people like you from critiquing me. That would be delusional. That would be fucking delusional.
Absolutely.
Do you think I'm that fucking stupid? Do you think I'm that big of a fucking melon?
Here's what my critique is. It's not that you talk about John, your friend, in real life who mattered a lot to you. It's not that. My critique is that it seems like... And again, this could be wrong. It seems like you like to put traumatic events in front of things you know you'll get criticized for.
Absolutely wrong, because as we just established, it doesn't fucking work. It doesn't fucking work.
I mean,
it's the same argument as saying I can't be racist because I have a black friend. I can't be an idiot because John had trouble with social media too. I can't control how you feel.
Boogie,
go back to the kitchen cable example. To use just the kitchen table. That's my rape trigger. Okay, I can't control how you translate what I fucking say.
Absolutely not.
I can't.
There are people
and so am I just supposed to not talk about John?
No.
Am I supposed to just not talk about my friend?
Here's
what's the solution? What's the solution?
There were people in my mentions whenever I broke down, and they were like, okay, don't call him names, give valid criticism. So then I did. I broke down why I disagreed with the thing. And then they were like, well, you can't criticize him because he's an abuse victim. And I was like, fuck you, I'm an abuse victim too. Your fans literally take when you say that stuff and use it to excuse your behavior.
So again, how am I supposed to? No, they don't. I guarantee you they don't.
That's what most of the people who came to defend you did.
There are people out there who will do that. I understand that. That's not my core audience. How am I supposed to control an audience of 4.6 million people? How am I supposed to control what they say? Am I supposed to not say anything? I'm going to talk about my friend John, and if somebody uses that way, the same way you used it to make me look like a manipulative piece of shit, I can't control how you use it. I can't control how they use it. I just wanted to tell a story about John.
So here's the thing. I
just wanted to tell a story about John. That's it. That's it. I don't think ahead to think of how will people use this to hurt some girl named Sarah I blocked on Twitter 6 months ago.
I don't think it's personal.
I'm not playing that kind of 5D chess. I can't think ahead to think how is Jake going to use this to make me look like a manipulative asshole. I can't.
I'm not even trying to make you look like a manipulative asshole.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is
saying that's intentional.
What I'm saying is
you might unintentionally be doing
That's my point. And I said that in this video.
I am fully aware. Here's the thought process that goes behind it. And this is it. This is the thought process, and this is it. I think to myself, I want to tell a story about my friend. Should I tell the story about my friend? Well, it's going to have a lot of backlash. Fuck it. I'm still going to tell my story about my friend because it's important to me.
Let's avoid the John thing. Let's just say I'm 100% wrong with the John thing. I'm fine with that. That's a valid criticism.
We'll see.
I'm good with that.
The John
I'm absolutely fine with that because I can be wrong about the John thing. And
my defense is the same about my mental disorders. I talk about my mental disorders for the exact same reason.
Hold on. I want to apologize to you for it hurting your feelings because I didn't mean to do that.
No, man, it's fine. Who gives a shit?
I give a shit.
Well, you shouldn't.
But I do. I care about you as a person.
If I had never come on here tonight, you would never have given a shit. Don't give a shit now. It's fine.
If you would have told me on Twitter,
because I'm here, man.
No, if you would have told me on Twitter instead of you literally swept aside my valid criticism and made a joke at me instead of like engaging with me. But if you would have said on Twitter,
I apologize for doing that.
Okay, but apology accepted. Hold on.
No, wait. What did I say on Twitter that was wrong? What the fuck did I say on Twitter that was wrong? I was supportive of you. I said you're allowed to say what you're alled to have your fun.
No. It was when.
What did I say wrong?
No. It was when I said, here's the historical reason why it was about the thing. Historical reason why people take this the wrong way, and you have a responsibility to your large fan base to try to get this right, and when you get it wrong, to correct yourself, because people in my chat right now are thinking that I'm being a huge asshole to you for some reason. When I'm really not. I'm feeling
because the very nature of what you're doing is kind of asshole-ish.
I guess
think that's a big part of it.
To
take somebody's video, to break it down word for word, somebody who you're frustrated with, somebody you're irritated with.
I'm not frustrated or irritated with you.
And misrepresent him, like you said, you were wrong about the John thing. You've agreed that you're wrong about the John thing.
I'm fine with being wrong about the John thing, if that's the case.
But misrepresent them and then break down the misrepresentation, that is kind of a not nice thing to do. Like I said, I personally wouldn't do that to my worst enemy, so I'm not about to do it to somebody else.
I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like you're trying to browbeat me right now. You're trying to.
I don't mean to. I don't know what that phrase means, but I certainly don't mean to. I'm just saying.
You're making it sound like we hate you and we're attacking
you keep pounding me with words at me and repeating yourself, and it sounds like you're trying to make sure that if you can talk the most, it means that like this discourse went your way. And
then let's go back to debate 101. Let's give each other minutes. Let's give each other minutes.
I don't want to have to,
because that way, instead of trying to talk over each other, let's
I just want to have a conversation with you. But
I do too. I like to engage. I'm sorry if I'm passionate about defending my career and my life. I'm sorry if that's something I'm passionate about, but I am genuinely passionate about.
And
I'm genuinely passionate about whether or not you think I used my relationship with John to manipulate people. That's something I'm very passionate about. I'm sorry.
I realize this, and I just don't think you're actually hearing the real criticism. I think you're hearing what you think is the criticism.
So explain to me once again where I'm wrong. We start from the top, okay? we've established the John thing. So here's the utter criticism that you seem to have levied against me. Boogie misrepresents and hides behind his mental disability, his mental issues, to evoke empathy and sympathy, and for people to not be able to criticize him.
Not the last part. Not the last part. So I think,
for people
or dissuaded or
defense.
something like. Well, of course not, and it doesn't work. And even if it did, it's such a small number of people.
It does work though.
Boogie,
it works.
there are people in our chat right now. There are people in our chat right now.
I understand, and there are literal dozens, and there's 150 people in here, and there's about a dozen of them defending me, and about 90% who don't give a shit, and another dozen that are attacking me. They cancel each other out, and I have knowledge of that.
I mean, that's because you jumped onto our channel. But if we were on yours, most of your fan, and if you
which is why I would never do this to you. I would never dedicate my night to tearing down Sarah. I would never dedicate my night to criticizing Jake, because I would never want to do that to you guys.
Well, you also have like 20 times the fan bases.
Regardless, I still wouldn't do it. I still wouldn't do it if it was only one person that was going to come.
For the record,
I wouldn't send one crazy person at you. I would never do that, Sarah. And I'm so sorry.
Though. You quote tweeted and it happened on
You quote
purpose.
tweeted me multiple times, and
but again,
people told me to kill myself.
And that's
people are telling Jake to kill
himself.
That's why I
deleted it. That's why I deleted it after I unblocked you, because I realized people were going to do that. So I was like, hey, Sarah, I've unblocked you. I'm sorry that I blocked you. And then I realized people are going to attack you. So I deleted it because I wouldn't want to do that.
You didn't even apologize to me. Actually, you didn't apologize to me. You deleted it and then you subtweeted me. You subtweeted me afterwards, and you didn't give me an apology for it.
And I'll apologize. I'll apologize now, Sarah. And I genuinely am sorry if that's what happened to you then. But it certainly wasn't my intention. My intention at the time, and I know you don't believe me, or I fear you may not believe me. But my intention at the time was just try to get everybody off my back for having blocked people, and to get everyone off my back for hurting me, and for making it up to you for blocking you, because I felt I might have hurt you in the blocking process. And so I tried to explain to you the only reason I blocked you is because you called me stupid, and it hurt my feelings, and I don't like getting called stupid, and I don't believe it's civil discourse. And then I realized that was also bad, so I deleted it and removed it, as far as I remember. And I like I said, I'm not always 100% when I'm fucking on Twitter, but I that's how I remember it. And somebody says the tweet is still there. Is it? Do you know, Sarah?
My tweet?
My tweet where I said I unblocked you.
Oh, it might be. I looked through, and you deleted the tweet about the gay rights thing, so all of our conversation from that has been deleted. So I can't find our first interaction in which you blocked me, so I can't even pull it up.
There are some people in chat right now. Hold on one second. There's some people in chat right now. I'm not trying to suck your dick, Boogie, but you're being extremely like petty, and I don't like that.
I'm being petty?
No, not you. Some people in chat are like bringing up shit that's totally not related to this. I'm sure my mods, if you see something like that, take care of that for me.
Let me be honest. I know this is normally my stream time, and instead of streaming tonight, I'm here, and people are going to find it. And I apologize for that. Well, hey guys, keep in mind the cornerstone of what I believe in is civil discourse, and if you're not keeping it civil, then you are doing me a disservice. Any of you, I absolutely fucking condemn any of you pieces of shit who would attack Jake, any of you pieces of shit that would attack Sarah, that would attack anybody I talk to on Twitter, that would attack anybody that I engage with online, anybody I make a video about. Do fucking not do that. If you do, I actively condemn you. I don't want you part of my community. I want you to fucking leave. Okay?
I agree with that.
I don't want you here, and I don't want you in my community.
And I applaud you for that.
So what I want to get across is that if I sound unfair, it's on accident, and I think if you sound unfair, it's on accident.
Well, do you think it is unfair to say that I use my friendship with John? That was unfair, man. We've agreed on that one. That was pretty fucking unfair.
I feel like if I go back and watch that, I will feel the same way, but I don't know.
Why?
I don't.
Why do you feel that way?
Because
how the fuck am I supposed to control how you feel? I can only control.
No, absolutely not.
How the fuck am I supposed to anticipate how this is going to make some guy?
You're not supposed to.
Somewhere.
You're not supposed to, and that's why.
What is my responsibility here? What is my responsibility here?
Your responsibility.
What am I supposed to do?
to right now.
Never talk about John again? Is that my responsibility?
We already covered that.
I fucking reject that. Fuck you. I won't fucking do it. John is my friend. He was my mentor. He helped me build my business. I'm just saying, if somebody does feel that way about me, and I know that you don't, that's why I'm saying it.
Sure.
If somebody out there feels I should never talk about John again, fuck you. I won't. I'm going to talk about my mentor. I'm going to talk about somebody who helped me win King of the Web, who helped me build my first gaming PC, who helped me fucking get codes from Blizzard, who helped me build my business, who helped me stay sane when I was getting attacked by crazy people on both the left and the right. I'm going to talk about one of the most pivotal people in my life.
Sure.
So I reject that. So what am I supposed to do beyond that? How am I supposed to anticipate what someone like Jake is going to think? How am I supposed to...
Do you see how you did it again, man?
No, I'm saying, like, not you specifically, but someone like you. How am I supposed to anticipate how it's going to make someone...
It's so dishonest when you say that you're against name calling and you're for civil discourse, but then you do that shit.
Well, I apologize. I apologize. There seems to be a disconnect there. I'm saying fuck you to the people who would say I'm not allowed to talk about John. Jake is not saying that.
Sure, but okay, so anyway, I don't really have much else to say as far as this is concerned.
Well, my question is, if you can answer the question,
absolutely.
What am I supposed to do?
What am I reference to what?
Into the John situation.
If knowing
some guy named, but that's going to make someone like Jake say that I'm being a disingenuous person using John as a shield. See, so how am I supposed to defeat
it was not that
how am I supposed to defeat that, Jake? I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
I'll tell you how. It's just the way you talk, man. You constantly put people in, like you just did it again. You just said people like me, meaning anyone who basically, you assume that like I'm out to get you or something. I don't know why.
No, anyone who assumes that I'm being disingenuous about John, anyone who feels I'm being disingenuous about John, I can't control how you feel. So someone who, like you, who feels everything I say
the answer.
Or about John is only for manipulation, how am I supposed to help that?
I'll tell you the answer. The answer is be better at communication.
I don't know how to do that, Jake.
I know you don't, and that's why. I
only speak as well as I speak. Jake, can you speak better than you? Jake, speak Swahili. Go.
That's a different language, not better.
Right, I'm just saying.
That's not a very good.
I honestly don't know how to do what you're asking me to do. You think when I make a YouTube video, I'm not already thinking I need to do my best here? Do you think I might just be a fucking idiot? You think that might be it? Is it maybe I'm just not very fucking good at this? You think I might just be some fucking amateur who's just trying to do his best?
I think you're pretty good at YouTube. I think that the numbers bear that out. What I'm saying is specifically when you have like a complex, nuanced take that you
What was complex and nuanced about this video that you're breaking apart? I don't understand what... It was a very straightforward video. I'm making a podcast. Here's why.
I supported the podcast.
Media. This is what happens.
The only part we talked about was the middle of the video, about right here at 6:30 when you start talking about
Well,
Twitter.
You shouldn't support a podcast because God knows how... That's an hour and a half to say some real stupid shit. May as well hang me out to fucking dry.
Well,
that's just going to destroy my career.
If
Boogie,
the content you make yourself...
Yeah.
What the fuck? Okay, so
I made this video that you're critiquing, Jake. I made that one.
I know you did.
Come on, man.
Yeah, and I don't even not like most of the video. This
video somehow got me in trouble, Jake. This is why I literally had no clue that this video was going to get me in any trouble. I couldn't have imagined.
Wait, are you in trouble?
Wrong in this video?
Are you what? I'm
Instead of streaming for my audience now, I'm defending myself from you. That feels like trouble.
Okay. Well, it's not that much trouble. My Twitch channel isn't as big as the YouTube, and I don't put this on YouTube.
It's about to get a lot bigger. It's got to get a lot bigger because you're going to get a lot of subredditors who's going to fucking hate watch you now.
I don't care.
You trust me. They're going to be in here.
I do an atheist Bible study, Boogie. I'm fine with the hate. I'm fine with it. I don't mind.
I can't fucking handle it.
I don't mind at all.
No, they're not going to hate you. They're not going to hate you. They're going to love you. They're going to love you. They're going to love you.
Death threats from
I just signal boosted this shit. You're not going to get death threats. You're going to get positive. They're going to be like, yeah, you're right. You took Boogie down a peg.
There are people telling us to kill ourselves in the chat right now. Boogie.
Jake is trash. Boogie bombed you, Jake, and you gave him this in return.
But those are the people I'm not referring to.
Boogie's the one who built you up. And you should be ashamed of yourself.
Right.
Like,
and
what?
also,
Fuck that
like
guy.
I said, and guys, obviously I don't agree with that. And Jake, obviously I don't agree with that. What I'm saying is once these clips show up on live stream fails, once these clips show up on the lolcow forums, once it shows up on my subreddit, you're going to get a lot of new fans who are like, boy, you sure did take Boogie down a peg. He sure is a piece of shit. You sure are right.
But I'm probably never going to do a video on you again because you're
not. It's very profitable.
You're not.
Clearly, you don't like me that much when I say
Boogie.
mention John or something like that.
It was. Do you know why I did? Do you want to ask me why I made why you're on my stream right now? Ask me.
Why are you critiquing this?
That's a really great question. So the answer is because I wanted to see how you, after having a little bit of time thinking about it, took that Twitter interaction we had. And literally at the beginning of this, I prefaced this with, I want to hear him out, and I want to see if I misrepresented him, and I want to see where we're at. I literally said that at the beginning of this.
Jake said, I really hope this video isn't shit because I want to support him. That
I
is
like
what he said
you. I don't know. I just
please stop liking me, Jake. I can't handle that kind of liking. I can't handle that kind of liking, okay? So please stop liking me. Please stop.
God.
I can't handle this kind of support. This is the opposite of support to me. It feels very bad. I'm so sorry. So please don't.
The way I want to support, the reason I even interacted with you on Twitter. One, she's my girlfriend and she was embroiled in this.
Please don't interact with me on Twitter. Please don't. I can't.
She was ignoring the fuck out of me. So I was like, what's this about? And so I go to the thing and I see what you said, and I said what I felt was constructive is that you have a responsibility when you say things because of your following, even if you don't want it. It happened because you're popular. People like you a lot. A lot of people.
So what am I supposed to say for you, Jake? What is it you want me to say? What is it you want me to say?
That's the part where it gets straw man.
Well, what is it I'm responsible for saying in your opinion then?
I think you have a responsibility. All of us have a responsibility when we say these things and we get called out.
What things? What are the things you want me to say? I'm going to tweet what you tell me to tweet right now. Help me live up to my responsibility, Jake. Please.
Jesus Christ.
Whatever it is I'm responsible for, I want to fix. This is not manipulation.
You're weaponizing.
No, I'm not.
You're following.
I'm genuine. Please listen to me, Jake. Whatever it is, I'm not going to mention your name. Tell me what it is my responsibility is. I would like to fulfill it. Help me fulfill my responsibility. What do I need to tweet, Jake? Please help me.
I don't want you to tweet anything specifically. What I want is and this goes not just for you. I come from the skeptic part of YouTube where most of them turned into anti-SJWs, and it was just a clusterfuck of anti-intellectualism. What I think is, and I don't think you are responsible to be hyper scientific or anything, but if you have a historical tweet like that you were talking about, I think once...
That's just what I was taught. That's just what I was
agree.
Taught.
I totally...
That's what I was fucking taught. I didn't know better until somebody fucking taught me.
I know.
I didn't know that the fact that
I know you didn't.
Hypocrites and slave owners and all this shit. I didn't know that was... I didn't even know. I was taught that we grew up in the great melting pot. You ever heard that phrase? I was told that we accepted your weakest and your poor, and that was American foundation, the cornerstone of what we do. I'm sorry that I screwed that up, but that's just what I was taught, man. Like that whole thing I said about the Holocaust having a silver lining, that was literally a session. It was an hour. Our teacher dedicated, our coach fucking Fletcher dedicated an hour explaining that to us.
Yeah.
Now, I don't agree with him anymore.
Sure.
I don't agree with him anymore.
Yeah.
But that's just what I was taught, man. I learned better. But I don't know how to relearn everything, man. And I'm sorry I fuck up. I genuinely
want you to,
but I don't know.
See, that's the thing. I don't want you to take it as a fucking, indictment.
Sarah's back. Welcome back, Sarah.
As an indictment on the kind of person you are. That's not what it's about. It's about if you are wrong, and we're all going to be wrong, is just accepting that you're wrong. And I understand that you get the hate, right? That's going to happen. But the issue is what you did was you didn't. You genuflect. You're like, oh, just flagellate me.
That's a whole brand new word. What is
it? Means you bow towards the people that are criticizing you. What you do is you basically splay yourself out and let them beat you up, and then you say, oh, I'm a victim. And then what you did...
I'm not a victim. I've never said that I was a victim. I will literally search my Twitter timeline for the word victim.
Okay. You do victim-seeking behavior, in my opinion, and that's it. And I said, with my opinion, I could be totally wrong and off base, but this is how I'm getting it. So
considering you say you do it as a form of self-harm, it is
right. That's what I get from it.
Behavior.
How would I be the victim if I'm doing it on purpose?
You can be a victim of yourself.
You can be a victim on purpose.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
I've never thought about it that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Jake, if I can, so that I can understand victim-seeking behavior, so I can understand the phrase. Earlier, you mentioned that you were getting death threats. Is that victim-seeking behavior to mention that you have death threats?
No. What it is?
For me to mention that I'm getting hate right now, is that victim-seeking? Is that wrong?
To mention it? No. What do I do that's different? So I'm going to explain it to you. So the way you do it is...
This is why, based on Twitter, based on chat, by the way, this is why we were doing this offline, because I really am eager to learn this, that people are taking that as disingenuous.
No,
I'm very eager to learn where the difference. You're going, look, everybody's calling me to fuck myself and to kill myself and to fucking kill myself like you were 30 seconds ago. How is that different from me saying, hey, everybody's telling me to fuck myself and kill myself, and it sucks right now?
Okay,
how is it different? How is it different? Teach me. But it sounds disingenuous.
The difference is that someone like, I don't have as big of a fan base, but Jake and his co-host both get a lot of hate, a lot of death threats, negative comments, things like that. And what they do with that is they either ignore them or they tell them to fuck off. And whenever, they don't take that, grab it, show it to their audience and say, look at this horrible thing that's happened to me. And it feels like that's what you do whenever people hate on you. And then you also use it to beat yourself.
Well,
you self-flagellate with the hatred of people.
Oh, yeah. I definitely agree with the second part, but not the first.
I'm hoping to get to the part where I get to put a period at the end of my sentence. So I'm working towards it.
Well, I apologize. Let me speak one last time. I do apologize because I'm trying to learn as we go. I want you to learn. I won't understand the point you're making if I don't understand.
That's absolutely valid. Totally valid.
And I apologize.
But at the end of that day, it ended with tweets like, and so those people can go off to their Reddits and they can go virtue signal about how I'm so horrible, and it was all in sarcasm. It makes it feel like you didn't actually hear the criticism, you heard criticism in general and didn't like it. It wasn't that you heard the valid parts of the criticism, even though there are definitely invalid parts of criticism that you receive. You lump it all together in to where it's just one big fuck Boogie session, when a lot of the people, in my opinion, because I read down the thread, a lot of the people were basically telling you why you were wrong, not that they hated you because you were wrong.
Okay. So is there a period there?
There's a period.
Okay, so let's take this back.
Sure.
Number one, here's one of the biggest mistakes. You took what I said as sarcastic. I do not mean it as sarcastic. I genuinely want those guys to have ammo. I genuinely want them to enjoy breaking me down. I genuinely want them to circle jerk their tiny dicks till they come. I'm so happy.
I'll never not laugh at that. I'm throwing that out.
That is not sarcastic. I'm so glad that I have provided someone who is genuinely miserable, whether it be some Reddit troll or some 4chan troll,
sure,
or a genuinely miserable person suffering from their anxiety, suffering from their depression, someone who's getting bullied at school. If breaking me down has brought you some pleasure, and I'll bring it back to my trans friend Olivia, who said, she said, I'm so fucking angry. How do I not be angry? And I thought to myself, you know what? If I can bring her some fucking level of happiness in turning me into some fucking whipping boy. If you can beat the living shit, I'm sorry if that's a racist terminology. I just realized that might come across as racist, and I apologize.
That actually might be racist. I don't know that.
Yeah, I do apologize if it is. I've been trying to be very careful with what I say. But if I can bring these people an ounce of joy, let them have it. I literally tweeted, here's a tweet that on November 12th, I said, Boogie2988, somebody says, please, sir, take a break now. Don't tweet anymore. This will only get worse, sir. And I said, no, let the buzzards feast. They got to eat too. When somebody told me that you were unfairly criticizing me tonight, what did I say? That's okay. Let them have his fun. I genuinely mean that. Please have fun tearing me down.
But do you think
create a straw man of me and burn it? But or burn actual me? I don't care. Have fun.
That's the thing. I'm not being unfair, am I?
We weren't also doing it to just have fun at your expense.
I do believe.
Do you think I'm coming from a bad faith position?
I do believe that since I guess you don't agree because you said you'd still feel the same way, but I do agree.
Sure.
That it was unfair, the things you're characterizing about my relationship, the way that I was expressing my feelings.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because maybe I am. Maybe I misinterpreted that, and I'm fine with that. But
you're welcome to do that. I still welcome you to do that, Jake. Right. I still welcome you to do that. Go nuts.
Sure, but that implies that I want to misrepresent you on purpose.
Yeah.
Which is fucking shitty.
But then if you didn't want to do this on purpose, why'd you watch my video?
Because
if you didn't want to criticize me, then don't watch it. Like that seems like the easiest thing in the world.
I don't think you understand what this stream is for. I don't think you understand why I told you why I turned your video on. It was so I could find common ground with you.
Taking out the trash was Sarah, so I presume I'm the trash?
No.
That's why
the Quartering and Ben Shapiro are the trash. You were just put in here because you're one of the videos people requested.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I understand how you could take it that way. So don't get me wrong. What I'm saying to you is, other than the John thing, take the John thing out. I could be wrong about that. Do you feel like I'm coming from a bad faith position, saying that way you use your language can be taken as a way to mitigate criticism? Do you think that's bad faith on my part?
So again, let's go back to the kitchen table example.
I don't want to use the kitchen table example because I would never make fun of any of your trauma.
All right. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is,
on purpose.
No, what I'm trying to say is, I cannot, for the life of me, if I put together 25 words, much less 12 minutes worth of words, how can I anticipate how every person will interpret it?
You shouldn't anticipate.
No, how am I supposed to possibly interpret that a small group of people similar to you or you yourself will take that a certain way? I can't, Jake.
Of course not. But I want you to, but that's not the point.
That is to not create this video. And it was very constructive for me to build that video.
Absolutely. And I'm glad it was constructive for you. That's not the point. The point is, do you think that my criticisms are unfair? Like everyone's going to have criticisms of any, I gave the example earlier that you.
Yes, but only in one example, if I may.
And it was the John one.
You asked the question. No.
Oh.
In that, if your criticism is, I should anticipate how you feel about what I say and not do the things that will make you feel a certain way, then that is very unfair. And that does seem like the criticism you're telling me is that, Boogie, you have to be very careful about how you speak, because people might take this way, and you need to stop speaking in a way that some people might take it this way. Well, that video has 120,000 views. I lost maybe 100 subscribers that day. So the mass majority of people who watched that video did not get disingenuality out of it. They did not get something offensive. They didn't get something bad. Only a fringe group of people got something bad from it. And you are one of those fringe people, and that's okay. I'm not meaning to stereotype you or be anything negative, but you're one of those people that I can't anticipate. Who I can anticipate is my fan base. And I can't anticipate you, but I can anticipate my fan base. And my fan base, I did properly anticipate. They took it exactly how I expected them to, which is just me telling a good story about my friend John. That's all.
We dropped the John thing. What we're talking about is just the like you talk about the dissociative thing and the abuse and the rape and things like that. The thing is that, and it's not just from us, I see a lot of people also repeating the same exact criticism, not only on Twitter, like people I don't even know saying this on Twitter, a lot of people, where they feel like it's used as a sort of shield or an excuse, even if you're not meaning, like not intentionally you say, haha, I'm going to use this as an excuse if people feel bad. It might be an unintentional way, like you're bringing something up because maybe you feel like, you know, through that lens, you feel like it is causing you to do that.
But it's not. And if I can explain to you, here's why it's not. Because it never works. Because it never works. It never works. So
why does something have to be effectual for it to be done even on accident? Why does it have to be effectual for that to be?
Because you wouldn't do the same thing 1,000 times. I would only stick a fork in a toaster about once.
People do that all the time.
But you literally just you say that, but then you literally say, I do this because it's my mode of self-harming.
But that's not why I mentioned John, and that's not why I mentioned my mental disability. If I wanted to be self-harming, it is on some level. It is on some level. When I come back the next day and say I'm disassociative, I know people are going to attack me because I'm mentally ill. I know that. But it's more important to me to communicate with the people who do care about me, who do follow me, to understand, hey guys, that was a really shitty episode. It's over now, and I'm really fucking sorry.
So do you think that I said that to you because I didn't care about you as a person? Do you think I said, hey, I feel like you have a responsibility here? Do you feel like that was because I didn't care about you?
I think the evidence that you don't care about me is that instead of having this conversation in private,
I didn't know we had a channel to fucking talk to you anyway. You and I do not have.
I'm 98% sure I follow you on Twitter, but I'm going to check.
Well, you didn't the other day, but either way, like you and I we haven't been friends, but like this is the first time we've ever actually talked together, and so like that's not a thing that like I assume I have rapport with you because we talked once on Twitter.
So
you know
how
what
about
I mean?
Try this? Hey, I'm about to put you on a stream that I call "Taking Out the Fucking Trash."
I mean, fucking isn't in there, but
well, you know what I'm saying. I'm
Sure.
taking out the trash. Would you rather talk to me about that first, or would you rather I put you on a stream called "Taking Out the Trash"? I'm going to choose to talk to you, Jake. I promise you.
Okay.
I would be a much better course of action. I promise you.
Sure.
I talk to some of my worst critics. I'm friends with fucking Keemstar of all people.
Yeah.
He's one of my worst critics on the planet.
Yeah.
And I will still talk to him every time. He's got my phone number. He can call me right now if he wants to.
Sure, but
I helped to build his subreddit.
Do you think it's healthy for me to assume I could just like talk to you like that I deserve your time? I don't feel like that's a healthy way for me to go about relationships.
I think it would be healthy for me if you would like to talk to me.
Well, you're here, absolutely.
Talk about it before you decided to share your opinion on me online and in a stream called "Taking Out the Trash."
Well, okay, so
because that is a very negative connotation. I think you could understand.
Taking
out the goddamn trash. Up next on the fucking trash pile is Boogie2988, Hitler piece of shit.
I didn't put your name. I did not put your name in this.
I understand, but I mean, you can understand the implication, right? You can understand the implication.
We intentionally said we weren't going to put your name in it because we didn't want to attract. Like, we didn't want to make it about you. We didn't want to attract it. It was just a thing we wanted to address.
Well, I'm just telling you how what you did made me feel, okay? And that should be just as valid as what I did in yesterday's video, making how you feel.
Sure.
I
think your feelings are valid, but I mean, I think the criticism is still as valid as it was, if not more, because you've done it again while talking to me. What
have I done wrong in this?
It's not wrong. It's not like right or wrong. It's just that
what have I done that's worthy of criticism? What have I done?
There you go.
Okay, that's a really good question. Okay,
yeah.
So what I find worthy of...
Because to me, anything that is worthy of criticism is generally wrong.
Well, it's not necessarily wrong. It can be worthy of... Like, okay, so how about this?
It doesn't have to be so black and white.
How about this? How about, is it moral to steal bread for your starving children? Well, yeah, until you steal all the bread and nobody else has any. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a gray area in where the criticism lies.
Is that not a false equivalency? Can we stick to the topic if that's okay?
Okay. What I'm using it as a metaphor to describe the fact that criticism can be gray. It doesn't have to be criticism equals...
that is worthy of negative criticism, is what I'm asking.
I don't know that it was all negative criticism, but let's just say it is. It wasn't today. It was this video because you had mentioned the Twitter issue, the whole Twitter thing that happened last week, and I wanted to see what your thoughts were, and then say what my criticisms were of that tweet, the whole thing, not just the one tweet, all the tweets with all the context, and then the criticism that you use.
Well, this brings me back to why I interrupt, because I can only, especially when I'm in a disassociative state. Here comes the fucking stutter. God damn this fucking shit. Let me gather my words.
Yeah.
That's why I interrupt, because when I'm in a disassociative state like this, I can't handle 4 or 5 thoughts. So I tried to answer your thing, but I can only remember one thing.
Sure.
So I said one thing, but that's why I want to go blow by blow. That's why I want to go point by point. When you throw 5 things at me, I can only remember one. And so I responded to one. I'm sorry. Throw the rest back at me one by one and I can do it. Please let me do it.
Okay.
But I was referring to the last thing you said, if you remember, or maybe it was the first thing you said, but you're like, well, here you are being disingenuous and sarcastic, and I wanted to show you that I wasn't sarcastic. Now, what was the next part after being sarcastic? You thought I was sarcastic and I wasn't. What was the next part?
So you were genuinely, so if you weren't sarcastic, when you said the people who criticized me today can go into the Reddit and virtue signal.
You're misquoting me. That's not what I said. I didn't say the people that criticize me today. I said the people who hate me. The people who hate me. I'm 98% sure I said.
Okay, so do you believe that people who criticize you with that tweet hate you?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so because it
If
feels
people
like
call me names, Sarah, it does make me feel like you hate me when you call me names. That definitely makes me feel like you don't like me very much, because I would only reserve name calling for people I very much dislike.
I feel like
Have you ever considered that maybe LGBT people feel like you might? I don't want to say hate. Hate is a strong word.
Oh no, absolutely, they do. They do.
Might feel like you hate them.
Alienate, I think, is a better word.
Yeah, like alienate them because you're speaking from a place of privilege where you can say that we could wait for rights. You know, like
and
maybe.
So again, at that point, I would always try to point out my intention, which my intention was I just don't like people getting killed. Okay, and I was going a pretty shitty way around it, but that was my intention. My intention is, hey, I think it fucking sucks that we're being antagonistic. I think it sucks that these Nazis feel justified. I think it sucks that these actual Nazis are walking the streets wearing fucking armbands and showing up in fucking Charlottesville. And I fucking hate those fucking Nazi pieces of shit. And I hate that some people on the left antagonize them. I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. And I also feel one of the ways that we antagonized them was by the Supreme Court throwing the switch on same-sex marriage. I feel like if we had been able to persuade some minds beforehand.
The Supreme Court doesn't really have a deadline. It's based on when the court case is brought to them,
obviously,
works its way up through the smaller courts before
all the more reason I was wrong. And I understand that I was wrong. Another reason I was wrong, and I love this reason I was wrong, I recommended on that live stream that people work the system. You know who worked the system? Harvey Milk. And he got fucking shot for working the system. So guess what? I couldn't be more fucking wrong, because even if you ran for office tomorrow, there's a real chance some piece of shit would fucking shoot you, Sarah. And so I fucking get it. I couldn't have been more wrong. I couldn't have been more wrong. They fucking murdered Harvey Milk for working the system. I was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong. My intention, I don't feel was wrong. My intention was to try to save lives.
And I did say multiple times, I said, I think you're coming from a place of good intention, but that doesn't always mean that the way you go about it would be correct. You know, exactly. I even gave you that credit from the beginning. I said, I always think you're trying really hard to not piss people off, and that's where you mess up.
And Jake, to bring it back to your point, I said, too long didn't read. To the Ride or Die fans, thank you for not retreating to various subreddits to circle jerk and virtue signal about who hates me the most. I promise not to keep trying to fuck up less often. Let's see if I can make it through the month without pissing you off. I doubt it. And that was directly in response to reading about a longtime friend I've known, a longtime fan who's followed me since Ray William Johnson, sending me a DM saying, I'm done.
A big reward.
And that guy, I know, I've seen him post on these subreddits. And I'm like, man, I've alienated people. I've hurt people. I've chased them off. And so I'm literally saying to the Ride or Die fans, for the people who stuck with me, even through my stupid shit, thank you for not being that guy. That's it. There's nothing sarcastic about that. And I'm sorry that you took that sarcastic. I'm sorry that it reads as sarcastic. I certainly didn't mean it that way.
It almost reads like a kind of a dumping of many people into one group so that it can be dismissed easily.
The many people which are ex-fans who no longer like me because I'm a fucking idiot. Yes.
See,
I'm dumping all of those people into one pile.
And then when you say something like, "cause I'm a fucking idiot," it makes it sound self-deprecating to the point that you're asking for sympathy. And I know you're not.
No, I'm not.
I know you're not doing that.
I'm a fucking moron. I genuinely believed our founding fathers wanted us to coexist. I'm fucking stupid. I genuinely believed up to about 2 years ago that Christopher Columbus was a fucking hero.
I realize this.
I'm a fucking idiot.
I realize this, but it's the way the language.
I'm literally steeped in white cis male privilege. I have no idea what it's like to be a woman of color. I have no idea what it's like to be gay. I do not have an idea what it's like to be trans. Okay. I'm fucking ignorant about these topics.
Ignorance doesn't make you a fucking idiot. Ignorance does not make you an idiot.
Here's the thing, Boogie. When you have the capability of admitting when you're wrong about a thing, that doesn't make you stupid. That actually makes you smart. It makes you capable of observing criticism.
It does me zero fucking good every time I apologize. It does me zero fucking good when I try to point out my intention. It does me zero fucking good when I learn. It does me zero fucking good.
That's why I'm trying to say the way you use the language is the problem. It's not your thoughts on it.
Right, but so here's what I'm trying to say to you is that I can't anticipate how you're going to feel about what I say.
No,
so
but
I can't get better at it. I can't get better at it.
You absolutely can. I'll tell you how.
What am I supposed to do? Have you proofread every video I make? What am I supposed to do?
No.
That's such an extreme example, man.
You're not listening.
Other than trial or error, how can I learn?
you're talking too much and you're not listening. That is step one. You can't say you can't anticipate. We're not asking you to anticipate. We're asking you to listen to the criticisms that we have here right now. Take that, look at it and how it compares to the past situation, and then apply it to future speech or videos or whatever the fuck on the topic.
So if can I yes. let me try to recap the criticism. The criticism seems to be, don't say things in a way that people might think this thing about you. Is that the criticism?
No, the criticism is when you apologize, you often steep it in self-loathing, kind of
have you seen my work? It's built off of self-loathing.
No, I understand that, but that's the
Boogie.
But is this the one time I'm not supposed to hate myself?
Boogie, do you not understand? Do you not understand that whenever you put yourself out there as self-loathing, that people's natural reaction usually is to jump on and say, no, don't say that about yourself.
I fucking wish. What fantasy land do you live in?
No, that's an actual
absurd.
thing.
That's absurd.
Have
you logged onto the internet a single time?
Yes.
The best case scenario is what I'm getting from you guys. The best case scenario. This is the best I could hope for when I do that shit.
Boogie,
that's insane. That's insane. I think that people are going to empathize with me ever on the internet.
I'm not.
That's lunacy. That's lunacy.
This is actually doing a disservice to the fans that follow you and support you by saying that.
They don't do it because I hate myself. I promise you they don't.
Yes, they do.
I promise you they don't.
There was somebody in here earlier that said, like, hey, Boogie, don't think we hate you. We like you, you know. Let me see. Let me find one. Because
he wasn't doing it because of self-deprecation. He was doing it because I said something he liked, not something he hated. If a fan,
no, a lot of people's natural response to like, okay, here's like when I say I'm ugly to Jake and he doesn't believe it, he says, no, you're not, because he'll try to reinforce it.
Jake is your boyfriend. He's not some random asshole on the internet.
But there are a lot of people who follow you, especially a lot of like young kids or people who genuinely enjoy your content. People you've emotionally affected because they make a connection with you. Well, and so I think that when they see you hurt on the internet, they do want to come to your defense.
Well, they don't do it.
They
do not do it.
I mean, we are literally sitting here telling you.
And you literally got 215 people in here, and I know I've seen it, and there's probably 5 of the 215 people in here doing it, but there's a tremendous mass number of people who use that as a weapon against me. They weaponize it, and it certainly does not equate. I definitely do not get more sympathy from it or more empathy from it. I get so little empathy, so little sympathy from it that it's invaluable. It's unusable. And that's not why people follow me. People like me because they like the Francis sketches. People like me because they like the positive stuff. When I self-deprecate, follow the logic. If someone likes me and then they find out I hate me, will they like that? No, of course not. They're going to fucking dislike that. Nobody likes that shit. That's just who I am. I literally got taught, my first therapy session was fake it till you make it, because I was such a self-loathing piece of shit that no one's going to like you. You have to learn that you at least like yourself. You have to pretend to like yourself. But I don't. But I do on YouTube, and I have a huge following there. I don't on Twitch, and 500 people watch me on Twitch. You have as big a following as I do. You made more money in the 30 minutes I was watching you than I will in an entire Twitch stream. Because my Twitch stream is so self-loathing and self-hatred and self-deprecation. Because that's who I actually am. Absolutely. So and it's lunacy. It's lunacy to think that's evoking sympathy. And here's why. It might in your experiences, Sarah, and I appreciate that. I'm so grateful for that. And it might in your experiences, Jake. In my experiences, it makes my situation vastly worse. And I hope you can trust me on that.
I believe.
I think it's because you have goggles that focus on the negative. You know, like you focus so hard on the negatives that you block out the positives.
Which is why I think you're here now, because I have a little bit, just a slightly more visibility than the average asshole on Twitter.
I am here because someone tweeted that you.
Right, I know.
Yeah, and you focused
I came in and
on
watched
that.
your stream.
No, absolutely. I'm not saying.
Said that I used my friend John's death as a shield, and I thought I want to correct that shit.
I agree. That's fine. Absolutely.
Fucked up to say about somebody, and I won't let you shitting on my friendship with John, and I don't want him to do that. And that's why I originally said I would like to talk about it privately, but I'll also talk about it on the streams, however you want to do it.
Let me read you some of comments from your fans that are.
Yes, I'm sure that you have plenty of anecdotal evidence to support this, and I'll let you do it.
I just clicked on a tweet. People saying, "Don't let these assholes in your space. You rock and you've done nothing but succeed."
There are dozens of them. There are dozens of positive sentiments and tens of thousands of negative ones. Yes, you're right. There are dozens of positive sentiments. There are tens of thousands of negative ones. I assure you, I'm the one who reads my Twitter feed every day, Sarah. I promise you. I'll show it to you right now if you want to see it. I'll show you my mentions right now. I'll show you a random screen cap, and we'll see how many are positive and how many are negative. But But I assure you, that person who's saying that is not saying it because I self-deprecate.
But
I promise you. I promise you.
They actually was underneath the tweet where you were self-deprecating and shitting.
What was the tweet?
Oh God, let me go back.
Do you feel? Well, I'll wait. Hold on.
Hold on. It's gonna take.
Yeah, can you link that in Discord? I don't know Discord very well, but if you can link it in Discord, I want to take a quick poll of how many of the responses that were positive and how many were negative.
Let me find it because I just hit back on Twitter.
But I feel like if there were 100 positive comments and 10 negative, you would dwell on the 10. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to somebody who spent 18 years trying to look for the negative patterns of a woman who was beating him and molesting him every day. Right, it's kind of who I am, and it's kind of how John was too. And that's what I was saying in the fucking video. That's what me and John do. That's what I was saying in the fucking video.
Yeah, and
that's how me and John struck a chord. It's how we became deeper friends than just somebody who he mentored.
Yeah, and do you see how that seems like you keep shoving that forward?
Shoving what forward? The truth?
Well,
that I was friends with John. Sure, you were wrong about that. Sure, yes, I'm shoving that as forward as hard as I fucking.
I was wrong about. I never said you weren't.
You fucking thinking that shit about me.
I never said you weren't friends with John.
That's the reason I'm fucking here is that I don't use John as a fucking shield. I don't sit there and think, what's a great way to get out of this? I know, I'll evoke John's memory. I don't fucking do that shit.
I think you're absolutely misunderstanding where I'm coming from.
Redefine what using John as a shield means to you.
Oh my God, we're gonna keep going in fucking circles about this.
Because I don't understand. If that's not what you mean, then what is it you mean? What is it you mean by that? Because that's what that means to me. Purposely manipulatingly choosing to evoke John's memory for sympathy. Those are the words you used when you described it to me. So if that's not what you meant, why did you use those words, Jake? I'm so confused. If that's not what you meant,
I found it. Then
why did you say those words?
I am happy to tell you. It's just anything negative in your life gets pushed forward, and it seems, and I don't know if you do it on purpose. It sounds, from talking to you all night, it sounds like you don't do it on purpose, but it seems reactive for you, not necessarily proactive. It seems reactive for you to just immediately think of the worst stuff, say it out loud, and as like a defense mechanism to be like, and I don't think you're trying to garner sympathy. I don't think you would seek sympathy necessarily in that way, but the way the language is used is definitely, it comes across as unintentionally manipulative. Whether it's about John, we can take John totally out of it.
I'm 98% sure that manipulation is entirely intentional by the very, very definition. I don't know that somebody can.
You can unintentionally manipulate somebody.
To handle or control, or typically in a skilled manner, or to control or influence cleverly, unfairly, and unscrupulously. So maybe manipulate is not the right word that you mean.
Boogie, would you say that?
Because I certainly don't do it cleverly. I certainly don't do it unfairly, and I certainly don't do it unscrupulously.
When a child cries because they don't get a piece of candy that they want, would you say that that's manipulation or no?
Absolutely, and that's a child crying because they didn't get what they wanted. So that seems easy.
Children cry because it gets them attention, because they think it'll garner sympathy in order to make the person feel bad. It's like they don't even have a complex thought process about it.
And Sarah, I don't want this to reflect poorly on you.
A big reward!
But I have always cried because I felt bad. I don't cry to make other people feel bad. And I don't think that goes through very many children's minds either.
No, I'm saying it's not intentional. That's the thing. But when people see a crying baby or a crying kid, what they normally do is they feel bad. You know, that's the first reaction when we see a little kid crying is we want to protect it because that's just, you know, emotional. When we see other people hurting, a lot of us will want to,
especially someone.
But it's my understanding of crying that it's natural. It's just something that occurs.
Absolutely.
I've cried. I've never consciously cried. I've never chosen to cry, and I certainly and so manipulation implies unscrupulousness. Right by the very definition that I just read to you.
If I put unintentional in front of the word manipulation, does that change it for you?
No, because the very definition of manipulation is intentional.
My abusive ex was manipulative, but I can guarantee you he wasn't very intentional because he was just a dumb fucking stoner. But he knew that if he cried and said, "I'm sorry," that I would forgive him.
You don't believe that he actually felt bad, and you don't believe that
I think he probably actually did. I think he actually probably did feel bad, but he also knew in a way that if he cried about it and then he, you know.
So that would be intent. That would be intention. That would be unscrupulous, right?
He doesn't even have to actively think that I'm going to cry to make her feel bad. He just does it, and then it's almost like Pavlovian, you know? I mean,
even Retro Game Queen is on my side on this one. She posted the definition and says manipulative, characterized by unscrupulous control of a situation or person. And by the term of unscrupulous seems very,
I don't think
very important in because it's in two different definitions.
Regardless of what it is, it does tend to sway people's behavior. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
I but not in the way that you seem to think. But yes,
I don't think you're conniving.
It does make people like you criticize me, and it does make a lot of people hate me. And then yes, occasionally there's somebody who I don't know who they are. Is like, I love how much this person hates himself. It's great. I relate to that, so I want to defend him. I do believe that happens very rarely. But I do believe that it is greatly outnumbered by the people who criticize me. I do believe it is very greatly outnumbered by the people who think I am being manipulative, greatly outnumbered by the people who think that I'm being disingenuous.
I just want to say, people in chat were saying that I'm being a hypocrite. Whenever I bring up my abuse situation, I'm not using it for sympathy. I don't want sympathy to say that I was
neither
abused.
am I. Neither am I. For fuck's sakes, neither am I. Please, Sarah, for fuck's sake.
But the thing is that the reason why I'm bringing it up is because it's directly correlative to this situation, and that.
So does it stand?
It was how someone else acted and how you're acting, and it's very similar.
Look, Chat, I agree. Every time she wants to talk about her life in terms of experiences she has, I fully support that. She can talk about it as often as she wants. If it's all she talks about, if a waiter asks her at fucking dinner, what do you want to eat? And she says, I want the lasagna because it's the only thing on this fucking menu that doesn't remind me of my rape. I would support that. She can say it however the fuck she wants to say it. That would be...
See, but here's the thing, though.
She can express it however she wants to fucking express it.
I don't preface criticism of myself with that. I don't say, because I was abused...
So give me an example of when I've done that. Give me an example of when I've done that. When have I ever said, because I was abused, I've done this thing? No, I said I disassociated.
Because of your disassociation that you are not in control of the things that you said.
Which is factual. Because of my broken leg, I can't walk. Because of my dissociative disorder, I am out of control when I'm disassociated. That's the definition of the disorder. What am I saying wrong?
A big reward!
What am I saying wrong?
If you're literally aware you're disassociating because you said it to us, then I think that it would be best to walk away, right?
Of course it would. And an hour ago, I probably should have. An hour ago, when I knew that I was borderline getting triggered, I should have never come into the chat. But I'm self-destructive, Sarah. I'm self-destructive. This is what I do. This is why I engaged with you or whoever else on Twitter during all of that shit. That's why I continued to tweet all that stupid, awful shit. I didn't even really feel strongly about what I said on the H3 podcast. What I felt strongly about was throwing myself to the fucking wolves. That's what I felt strongly about. severely damaging myself, severely damaging my reputation.
Wait.
Seeing if I could get thrown out of VidCon.
Boogie.
That's what I cared about.
Boogie, that doesn't track, because what you said is you said what you did on the H3 podcast because you believe that you don't want gay people to be killed. Then whenever you got backlash for it, it turned into I said something stupid because I wanted to. I wanted to get thrown under the bus.
Okay, so let me explain. Boogie. Yes, I can if you let me explain. I still don't want gay people to get killed. But I do not believe the plan of waiting 5 years for same-sex marriage. I do not believe strongly in that. I didn't believe strongly in it when I said it. It was just a random idea off the cuff. I backed that idea later because I knew it would be self-destructive. I still, to this day, don't want you to get killed or anybody like you.
And you don't see how that could be read as an excuse for your behavior?
Of course not. Are you excusing my behavior? Has anyone excused that behavior a single time?
Well, you have people defending your behavior right now.
Yeah.
Based on those, like literally right now, based on everything everyone just said, they are in fact excusing what you said.
Then please stop, because what I said was fucking stupid.
Sure.
So please fucking stop.
It can be both.
I was wrong. And I said that on Twitter, and I said it in the video.
Yeah, I know.
I said it on another podcast. How many times can I fucking take that back? How many more times?
But that's the thing. We're not
20 times right now. If you think
it's not about crucifying yourself, Boogie.
Hold on.
So what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do to make that moment go away? What am I supposed to do?
You don't have to make the moment go away. You've already apologized. It's past it. What it is it's about.
But it's still getting brought up now, 6 months later. So how do I make you people?
Because it was an example of how it feels like when you use certain language. You do it in a way that comes across as trying to influence the way people react to it. Whether you realize you do it or not.
The act of trying alone sounds intentional. So I'm certainly not trying. So if you're saying by accident,
I'm saying it sounds like it.
I still disagree that I'm doing it unintentionally.
You can both be doing it unintentionally, and also it can sound like you're doing it intentionally. Does that make sense?
But how can I help how you will interpret it? That's where we keep coming back to.
It's how you communicate.
It's how you communicate.
So how am I supposed to anticipate?
Everyone does this every day.
Don't preface your apologies with stories about abuse.
It sounds like you're making excuses when you preface.
Again, what I didn't say, hey guys, please forgive me because I got abused, but I shouldn't have said that stupid shit. No, what I said is I disassociated right after tweeting that shit about our forefathers, and I fucked up, and I'm fucking sorry. That's what I fucking said.
Well, I know, but doesn't that sound like...
That I disassociate. It sounds exactly what I said. It sounds like to me, and I don't know what it sounds like to you, but it sounds like to me, hey guys, I disassociated right after fucking that. I'm really fucking sorry I did. I'm sorry for the stupid shit I said. I plan to make it up to you, and I'm fucking sorry. That's it. That's all it says to me. This is the facts of what happened.
I don't think we're getting anywhere, and the chat is telling us to just stop. So
all right. Well, I don't know. I think
your fans want you to go stream Red Dead.
I'm definitely not going to, guys. That's definitely not something that can happen. It's 11:40 at night. I'd normally be offline by now anyway. But that said, I don't know how to fix this. I'm always going to talk about my mental health. I'm always going to. And I'm going to talk about John. I'm always going to. And when I disassociate, I'm going to identify that on social media. And if people take that wrong, if people take that disingenuously, if people take that manipulatively, I don't know how to fix that. I don't. And so the choice then is to lie. The choice is to say I wasn't disassociated. The choice is to pretend I wasn't friends with John.
I feel like you
censor myself. What is the choice? What is the choice?
Part of me feels like you understand what I'm saying, and then the other part of me doesn't know if you've listened to me at all.
Yeah.
Okay, summarize it in 20 words. Can you summarize it in 20 words?
I can try.
Boogie, we've summarized so many times, and the thing is, you say you don't know how, and we told you about 20 times, but you refuse to.
Well, your answer is to anticipate, to communicate.
No, it's not.
I can absolutely. No. I'm pretty good at fucking public speaking. You're pretty good at public speaking. What you're not good at is like having I don't know if it's empathic or something, being able to really gauge the audience you're talking to. So
absolutely. I'm very good. I'm very good at engaging with my fans, who all seem to think very similar to me. I'm not good engaging with non-fans. People who don't know me, who don't know my story, who don't know my intentions.
That's fine, but the thing is, you constantly want people to know, like, that there is a reason you said a thing. But the thing about it is, whether true or not, bringing up the reason that you said a thing, if it's disassociative, if it's due to trauma, if it's whatever, it could be, you could just be drunk, you could be high, not just you, but just anybody. It sounds like an excuse whether it is or not. It sounds like not owning it. It sounds like instead pushing some of the weight of the I don't know, of the backlash. It seems like taking portions of that and putting it on things that don't actually get to hold that. Instead, it's supposed to be you. And while you say at the same time, I own it, it was my fault, I fucked up, and you do that, and I respect that, what you also do is you follow that up or preface that with some sort of reason why it's not all on you. And it is true that it's not all on you if you disassociate, if you have...
No, it's not. It's still all on me. But I shot somebody... What is the first thing I said to you when I got into the stream, Jake? If I shot somebody while I was disassociated, I still hang. It is still entirely on me. That's one of the very first things that was taught to me in therapy, dude, is that whatever I say, whatever I do when I'm disassociated, I carry with me for the rest of the life. And the worst part about it is it feels like somebody else fucking did it, buddy.
I understand.
That's the worst part. I'm carrying somebody else's fucking burdens, dude.
Absolutely.
I'm carrying some asshole, demonic piece of shit's fucking burden with me. I have to pay that fucking price. And I fucking do. And you don't think this is me paying that price? I don't know what to tell you, man.
Well,
I don't. But here's the timeline, Jake, and you tell me what I can do better, because here's the timeline. I tweeted this idealistic tweet about our forefathers because that's what I was fucking taught. I repeated what I was taught in fucking high school. Okay? Mm-hmm. And then someone calls me a fucking melon, and I take it as a fat joke. And somebody calls me fucking stupid, and somebody tells me yours. This is the whole fucking reason. Hang yourself, kill yourself, fuck you.
Fuck and then those people.
No, that's fine, because some of these people are LGBTQ members who are in genuine pain.
No,
they're genuine pain. Genuine pain.
No.
But that's the point. Hold on.
If I told you to kill yourself, that would be inexcusable, regardless of if you have a piece of privilege.
I will excuse it. I won't
excuse it. That's the point. But do you see that's the problem? That's the problem right there. You excuse it in other people, which means you can excuse it in yourself, even if you say you don't. That's the problem. It's the same language.
To a higher standard. I hold myself to a higher standard than I would a trans person who's suffered.
But you use the same language regardless, and that's what. That's the criticism.
Please just let me finish. Just please let me finich.
Okay.
Boogie, you've
so back to the beginning. I tweet
this.
I understand that, but I was okay. Then you talk. I'm sorry. I was trying to recap the situation and just to learn what to do better. And I keep
saying let you finish, and you keep talking over us. Here's the thing: if I went to you and said, "I hope you fucking kill yourself," and then said, "Well, I'm sorry, I can't help it because I'm."
You don't have to say that. I already forgive you.
That's stupid. You shouldn't forgive me, and you should call me a piece of shit because I would.
Well, I'm never going to call you a piece of shit. That's never going to happen.
That's what you should do.
I will never call someone a piece of shit. That's what you do. That's not. I'm a peacekeeper. I'm sorry. I'm a pacifist. I'm sorry. I'm not in this fight. It's not my fight.
If somebody is trying to harm you, you should tell them to fuck off. I'm sorry.
Let them. What's? I have plenty of skin. Let them have some skin.
No.
Why? Well, that's
it's a martyr complex.
Well, that's fine, and that's fine. But how am I a martyr that also doesn't want to be criticized? Do you understand? Do you understand? I think I lean more towards the martyr. Who uses John to keep from being criticized. If I martyr myself, how the hell am I using John to defend myself? That doesn't make any sense.
I think you need to distance yourself from the shit, and I think you really need to focus on therapy.
It comes to me, man, and I am on therapy, but I have to do my job. Look, I'm trying to save for my retirement right now. I have to do my job. It's Christmas for YouTubers. I don't know if your guy's CPA up, but mine is. As much as I would love to take a break right now, I can't. My channel's dying. I'm in the last 6 months of this shit. Okay? I have to work right now. And then whatever money I make in the next 6 months, when I finally collapse, when I finally snap, when I finally go to the loony bin, then I will use that to fucking rent a room, okay? But right now I have to work. I don't have an option. If I could have taken a break, I would have taken a break for my surgery. I would have taken a break for my divorce. Do you have any idea how tremendously difficult a divorce is? It's so tremendously challenging and trying. I would have taken a break from that, and I still uploaded 5 videos a week and streamed 5 nights a week. If I could afford to take a break, I would have, but I can't. So let's go back to where I was. I tweeted out something idealistic that I believed in. I genuinely believed that people were going to agree with it because that's what I was taught was the truth. Okay? And then people start, you're a piece of shit, fuck you, eat shit, kill yourself, fuck you. And I disassociate. And then I start fighting back with these people because my brain says, hello, this is an opportunity to be self-deprecating. This is an opportunity to ruin yourself. Here's an opportunity to do some damage to your career. Here's an opportunity. Well, I don't even really believe that shit about the forefathers. They say I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Who gives a shit? Do it. Do it. Do it. Fight them. Do it. Okay, I'm doing it. I guess I'm doing it. I don't want to do it. Can I stop doing it now? Oh, you already did it. Okay, great. So I'm now cleaning up the mess, and I'm trying to interact. And when I start cleaning up the mess, the first thing I do is unblock you because I think you're one of those people. Because I search your name, I search Boogie2988 blocked, and I look for everyone that I've blocked that day to unblock. I didn't consciously block you. I didn't consciously block the melon guy. I didn't make a conscious decision. I'm going to block this melon guy. I just did it, and I want to fix it. So I retweet you and I'm saying, hey, I'm really sorry for doing that. I should have known better. Hey, melon guy, I'm sorry for doing that. I should have known better. I'm trying to clean up the fucking mess. And then I say, guys, I made a huge fucking mess while I was disassociated. I'm trying to clean it up. I'm very sorry for the mess. What in that timeline am I getting wrong? Because that to me is just how it happened. I'm not trying to get you to feel sorry for me because they're not going to anyway. You're not going to anyway. No one who hated me when I came into this chat hates me any less right now. I think they hate me more.
I don't think people necessarily hate.
Oh, there's definitely some people in here who hate me, and that's okay.
Hate is such a strong word because we know a lot of these people. I don't want to say personally, but there are a lot of followers who are around us a lot and talk to us a lot. And I think hate is a very strong word. And I think people are also. I think there are people who are also in here saying that they want you to listen to us because they think it'll help you if you change the way that you absorb criticism and the way that the way you take yourself down.
Well, when I say hate, I do mean pure vitriol, and it does seem like some people were purely vitriolic. I can't understand the difference between one of my biggest issues is here's a story about me to try to put it in perspective. And I'll try not to get myself into too much trouble because last time I told a story about this, I said that stupid shit about the Holocaust, which genuinely I was wrong about. I had a guy try to rob me once. He tried to break into my apartment. And you know what I did? I drove him home. He was drunk. He was trying to break into my apartment. He said he wanted to use the phone. I let him use the phone. He called his wife. He explained to his wife that he was drunk and that he needed a ride. This is the kind of person I am. I would never call somebody names. I would never attack somebody. These are things I won't do for my worst enemy. My father molested me and I still love him. My mother beat me daily and I still loved her. So I don't understand. that kind of vitriol. It feels like hatred to me. So I don't know the difference. I have a tremendous amount of difficulty telling the difference. I wouldn't scream at someone for that shit. I don't know. I wouldn't say some of the shit that gets said to me by someone on the internet anonymously or openly, or I don't get it. Tell your therapist about this. This is literally what I talked about on Therapist this week, actually.
Well, I don't want to talk
actually
about
what I think therapy on Friday. So
I think we should pull the plug though.
Okay, before you do, answer the question if you can. What in that timeline should I have changed? Should I have not mentioned that I was disassociative when I did those things? Is that what you're saying?
No.
I think you don't even have to justify it by saying you're disassociative.
I wasn't justifying it. It doesn't justify it.
Or explain it or whatever. All you had to do was maybe the next day or right after say, oh shit, guys, I'm sorry. I got that wrong. I apologize. You don't have to include any other qualifiers. We don't need to know why. All you have to do is say, oh shit, I was wrong. And I understand now, you know?
Because the problem is if you go on too far, it's kind of that, oh, she doth protest too much or something. Like, it almost comes across as disingenuous. Even if you're being, and I can tell from the way you speak.
100%
I can tell from the way you speak in real life, you are genuine about the way you feel about these things because they keep coming up. They are recurring in your head, and it is an issue for you. And so I don't...
like, which part? That I'm a bigot? Is that what you think? If I reaffirm my bigotry tonight?
What? No.
It's a bigot who supports slave owners. It's a bigot who wants people to wait 5 years.
No. You're not hearing me. I think... No. I'm saying the trauma that you bring up, it sounds genuine because it comes up a lot. So,
did you not believe it was genuine before this?
No, you're not listening to me. You're taking. Okay. Hold on. What I'm saying is, I told you before that people misinterpret you because you You push back against the reasons why a lot. And if you didn't do that, if you're just like, hey, I fucked up, no big deal. And then you talked about with your friends, like, here's why. I had a disassociative event. I had a really shitty night, whatever. That's great. But if you do it on the internet, people are, like, we all interpret things wrong. And it's on us that we interpret it, but it's also on you for putting it out. And so, like, if you have this job, and you do have this job,
and I have a responsibility to my fan base, and I genuinely believe I do.
But you also have a responsibility to yourself. And that's the point you don't get and you won't listen to me about. You have a responsibility to your fan base to be factually correct when you can, or correct yourself when you're wrong. That's true. But you also have a responsibility to yourself to not diminish your apology by double and triple downing.
So my intention is not to do that. My intention is to bring attention to dissociative disorder. My intention is to draw attention to depression, to anxiety, and how these can affect our daily lives.
And that's absolutely valid.
And my audience understands that. And yes, I am aware it gives ammo to people who do not believe me. I do know that it gives ammo to people who might bring up one of my videos on Twitter or elsewhere or Twitch or Reddit and take it apart and look for ammo. They will find that ammo in those examples. So the lolcow forums and all those places, they will find that ammo. But I will continue to do that because my intent and the effect I genuinely do have is helping people who do have some of these issues, who do trust me, who do like me, understand how they affect me so they can better understand how they affect themselves. And if that does that for one person, but 1,000 people take it wrong. 1,000 people say it's manipulative. 1,000 people tear me down. And it affects one person positively, I will accept that because I do not give a shit about getting torn down.
I don't know if you know it. I don't know if you noticed.
I like it. I'm excited about it. And if it helps one person, and it has, it's worth getting carried down because being torn down means nothing to me.
All right.
Because that's actually what I'm seeking. I'm actually actively seeking that quite often.
Okay. We explained it, and then you did it again. You ended up putting me back in the group of people who you say don't believe.
I didn't. I said on. I know.
I think we should just call it, you guys. It's going to keep going in circles.
That's fine. I'm fine with that.
We keep rehashing.
Well, no, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but do you hear what I'm saying? Which is,
I really do. I do
it with the intent of helping, and it does actually help, and that's why I continue to still do it.
We never said you came from a place of bad intent, Boogie. That's the one thing that I could never say about you, and I've never said about you. I've always thought you come from a place of good intent because I think you're a good person.
Well, that means a lot to me, and I really do appreciate that. And I think that is, if that's where we're ending, I think that's a really great place because I will tell you this: at the end of the day, you're talking to an actual. I mean, I'm going to virtue signal here, I guess, and I know a lot of your audience is not going to have this. I have been doing my fucking best to help people who are less fortunate than me ever since I started YouTube, in every possible way. I do as much as I can, and I'm not going to sit here and try to give you examples because I know that falls on deaf ears. I know it's pointless. They don't give a shit. But when I actively do this shit, when I actively fuck up, I do have the best of intentions. I genuinely do. My intention of the same-sex shit was to say that I hate that these fucking bigots are hurting people, and maybe we should stop giving these bigots a reason to hurt people. That's what I meant. It was stupid as fuck. Even the way I put it there is stupid as fuck. I hear it coming out of my face and I realize how dumb it is. When I talked about the Holocaust on that fucking shitty podcast, I was repeating something a teacher told me because I talked about how I can see the good in even the worst things. You know what? I don't actually see any good in the Holocaust. There is no fucking good in the Holocaust. It was stupid to say that. It was hyperbole. Okay? And when I said this shit about our forefathers, I was trying to unify. I was trying to unify. That was it. My intention was to unify. And I get it. You can't use the hypocritical words of a bunch of dumb white men who own slaves who are doing it so that they could continue to own slaves. I get that now. I understand that now. But I'm still going to try to unify. I'm always going to try to do that, you know? And I'm pretty fucking stupid about it. And when I disassociate, I'll identify that I disassociated because identifying when I disassociate helps me and it helps some of the people that follow me. And if it helps one person because 1,000 people ammo against me, then let them have their ammo. That's fine, because I'm in the last 6 months of this thing anyway, right? I don't know how much longer I can do this job. I would have thought I'd been done by now. After this divorce and after the surgery, I thought there's no way I could make it this far. There's no way I could make it a whole year. But here I am. I'm going to try to make it another year. I don't think I will. I genuinely don't. I don't think I have the mental fortitude. And I don't think my viewers are going to stay with me at the rate that I'm screwing up, at the rate that I'm fucking up. And they shouldn't, probably. Because I'm going to say something stupidly idealistic again tomorrow. I'm going to. I know, because I'm fucking stupid and I'm fucking idealistic. I don't know how to correct this problem. And I hear that you say I need to speak better. I hear that. I don't know how. I need to censor myself. Maybe that's it. I don't know if that's what you're saying. I need to anticipate what other people are going to say or think about it. I don't know. The other thing that I'm hearing from you, sorry, I'm recapping like you do at the end of every therapy session. So I'm just trying to treat this like therapy. The other hearing you say is that a lot of people take it as disingenuous when I talk about the reasons I said the thing that I said. I shouldn't give the reasons because they come across as excuses. I should only apologize. I should never qualify. I should never quantify. I should only apologize. Unfortunately, I feel like I have a responsibility to educate people as to why I do the stupid shit I do. And it is also so important for me to try to communicate intent. It's so important to me that the LGBTQ members who are mad at me over the summer, I would pay what little money I have left after the fucking divorce. I would literally pay that to be able to communicate to every person that heard that horrible shit I said on the H3 podcast and try to show them what I actually meant. And I never will. And I never will. And it keeps me awake at night. And I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it because I had the best of intentions, because I'm trying to be an ally. I just fucking suck. You know? It comes from being steeped in privilege for the last 44 years. It comes from being born into a completely different world, being born in 1974, being taught the wrong shit. You know, I mean, I was straight up prejudiced when I was a kid. I was straight up prejudiced because my parents taught me that black people were lesser until the very first girl I ever dated, who was a woman of color. She taught me what a fucking bigoted piece of shit I was until I was 14 years old. You know, I don't know. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I'm fucking trying. I just suck. I fucking suck. So you guys have a great night. Feel free to finish that video. I'm sure I said a couple of other stupid fucking things in it, and then go on to Ben Shapiro.
No, dude, I hope you have a good night, and I really hope that you don't, like, I don't wish any ill will on you, and I hope that you actually have a good night, and I hope you sleep well.
Then can I ask a favor of you, Sarah? And I know I'm not in a position to ask a favor of you, but I'm going to ask anyway. Is that okay?
Go ahead.
Please stop fucking dumping on me on Twitter, because a lot of your followers, even though there's a small number of them, some of them do have a lot of followers. Some of them do believe what you have to say. Some people do believe when you call me a stupid fucking idiot. Okay. They read that shit, and it sucks, man.
And I apologize for calling you an idiot. I never wanted to come off as only dumping on you.
And if we can take it one step further, maybe dumping is never the right option. Maybe what Keemstar does for a living is not what we should all be doing. Maybe civil discourse is a better option. And I know that's hypocritical because I've not been as civil as I needed to be tonight. I'm so fucking sorry for that.
I don't think it's about civility. I think it's about listening. And I think at the end, you listened a little bit, and you seem to synthesize some information that I think.
Well, if we weren't having this conversation in front of 300 people, it would be a lot easier. That's why I originally said if you'd like to do it in a private chat, I would much rather.
Tell you what, if you ever feel like I'm being unfair to you, DM me and I will talk privately at any point.
I would literally give you $1 million just to keep my name out of your mouth, but I guess it's not going to happen.
$1 million to keep my name out of your mouth?
Oh, I don't have $1 million or anything fucking close, but I'm just saying, like, I would give anything to just please leave me alone. Just please leave me alone. I know I'm an idiot. I know I'm fucking stupid, and I fucking hate myself. Please just let me make videos for my handful of fucking
Tell you what. If I ever take umbrage with the thing you say, I will contact you first, because you seem very upset about it, and I will either ask you permission if I can retort, and I even invite you on, or just privately. That's fine too. It's not for views. It's literally because I feel strongly about being factually correct, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. That's great. So I'll do that for you in the future. But if you say something and I disagree with it and I feel strongly in the same way that you feel strongly enough to say it, I mean, I can't promise you to never talk about it, but I will come to you first because now we have rapport.
Well, I think based on what you said tonight, it's made no difference any of the things I've said tonight anyway. You still believe I'm doing this stuff on some level for unintentional pity, and it does seem like you said that even if you went back and watched the video again, you'd still believe what you believed about John, even though I've told you otherwise. I hope that if we do have that conversation next time, I have some level of influence on you, because it doesn't seem like I did tonight.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on tonight. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a wonderful night. I really do.
Thank you, man.
All right. Good night. And now fuck Ben Shapiro. I see a lot of people in chat. I'm not going to address anything that just happened. Do you want to talk about Ben Shapiro and then end the stream? Are you still there? Did you leave? Oh, hold on. Why did Sarah leave? Is Sarah gone forever? She's back. We're going to do it in here instead. There you are.
Oh, I was trying to jump in recording, and for some reason Discord was glitching out, and I couldn't scroll up in the fucking channels.
So I want to say right now, the bit war is ridiculous between Hattie Waz and Albatrotsky.
They have been at it.
It is fucking bananas, and I wish I could have gotten to you guys during that, but I didn't want to interrupt.
And the chat was just fucking wild.
By the way, most people in chat, I appreciate you. There was a lot of constructive stuff going on.
There was a lot of not constructive stuff
I want to say some Boogie fans. I don't think you were hearing me, but that's fine. Some of my fans, I think you were pretty unfair to Boogie as well. So like there's definitely both, and I don't know.
Big reward.
I don't know how to say this any other way.
Threats or hate or bullshit at each other is getting fucking insta banned.
We've had a few people get banned.
I had to ban a few people. Somebody told you to kill yourself, and somebody.
They're gonna say that. Reward. That's okay. Thank you for the bits. I'm tired now. Let's all go to bed.
Ben Shapiro first, because we said we were gonna do
Ben Shapiro is fucking named in this. I can't not talk about Ben Shapiro. Thank you,
I had other shit I was hoping we would get to that was like the dumb celebrity trans investigation.
Have a good night as well. Thank you for the bits. I appreciate the support.
Big reward.